All right, so we should be live here in a second. As long as this is connecting, we shall see. We got a couple of people in the chat. All right, we are live. All right, here we go. We are good now. We are actually we are live. Sorry for the technical difficulties, gentlemen. On the bottom there, you're going to see the draft ticker. I want to welcome everybody to the show. You've got myself, Michael Killey, or at Mike Killey. You also have my father, lifelong Browns fan, Dan Killey, who's also joining us. Dad, how's it going? I want to say hi to Real Browns Fans 32, Future Selves, Past Memories, Cooper Schmidt, Kyle Liu. Let's do it. So we've got a couple of people live. Right now, we've got on the bottom where you have that stuff going on. That's going to be, right now we're getting kind of like, there's no ticker right now, but that's going to have the draft ticker on there. So it's just showing NFL or ESPN stuff. So I think the draft is going to go live like literally any second now. But due to certain restrictions on YouTube, we can't actually physically show the draft. So we're going to give you our take. So watch it on your TV and then participate in the conversation with us. How's it going, Cooper? How's it going, T-Cat? So you can't hear Dad. Really? Dad, say hello. Oh, hold on a second. We're having some desktop audio issues. Bear with me for a second, guys. All right. And I'll help you that in a second there, too. Let me audio properties here. Okay, I got to make sure. Hold on 1 second. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Orange Brown Nation, what's going on? How's it going? My desktop audio is a little messed up, but that's probably an OBS thing. Settings. We got Mel Kiper's live right now. Oh, that's probably why I changed that to this speaker system. Hold on, they can't hear you yet, so I got to make some audio property changes. Maybe Dad doesn't want to talk to you. Settings. Oh, I might be able to just do this. Oh, I think I know why. All right, Dad, say something. No, not picking it up. Let's go back to All right, Dad, talk now. No, they can't. So the draft should be live here, like probably in 10 minutes. I don't know. They're not actually going to get something, so.
It's your MVC bike. What?
No. Hold on. I'm gonna call you actually back. I'll call you back and I'll get you set up. Sorry for the technical difficulties, boys. We'll get it squared away here in a second. Just out of curiosity, what does everybody think in terms of the? Yes, heard you very low. 2 pops. Okay, so he might be back in a second. We'll get it set up. I'm just gonna download. I'm gonna pull it up on Firefox. Usually there's some sort of issue sometimes with OBS and that, but no worries. And you guys can watch the draft there for a second. Hopefully YouTube doesn't freak out. All right, cool. G. Okay. Go ahead and remove that. Okay, Dad can hear me. All right, hold on a second. Test, test, test. Yeti microphone. Yes. This will be the key, guys. It is not playing my desktop audio, but this browser is. Schlegel, what's up? I'm working on getting some technical difficulties, just trying to get my dad's connected here for the stream. We're having some desktop audio issues, getting it figured out. Volume mixer.
Bye, good night, Daddy.
Good night, buddy.
Are you gonna come out after you're done?
Yep.
When is it gonna be?
Sorry, what did you say?
When is it gonna be? When are you gonna?
What are you asking?
Yeah, when are you gonna come up?
No, I can't come up. I gotta go live stream.
Yeah, I know after.
Yeah, I don't know. Like late 10 o'clock. Sorry. Good night.
Good
Love
night.
you.
Love you too.
Properties.
School to go to Texas Tech. Instead, he went to A&M, and then he went on to Oklahoma.
All right. That's working. That's working. And then last one. Testing.
Testing.
Got you.
Okay, great.
All right, you're in. Hold on a second. Right about to get to first pick, too. Look at that. Let's add you back into the scene. Window capture. Dad webcam. All right. Problem solved. They got 8 minutes left here for round one. And it looks like they're talking about Cliff Kingsbury.
I don't see me on the YouTube page though, Mike.
It's delayed a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Okay, guys. So we got Arizona on the clock. We got 8 minutes. Welcome to the official start, non-technical difficulties version. I want to say hello to everybody. Looks like we got 15 people watching. Got John Schlegel. We got Real Browns fan. We got TNM Sports. We got Cooper Schmidt. How's it going, guys? And they're talking about Kyler Murray. You know what I want to do? I want to actually go in here. I want to add one more web window capture. And I want to play around with something else. Nope.
One of the guys watching said they could see me, but I still don't see me in the YouTube channel.
I do. You're there.
Can you put the summary up of the picks here, Mike, in the in between us?
I can here in a sec. Want to show who we got on the clock. Hey, refresh your YouTube and you may see it if you refresh your channel. Okay, we got some talking heads. We are talking. We got Arizona. We got the ticker. We've got ESPN down there and then below. So I want to get started. I want to ask you a couple questions. First things first, before we get started, before we really start talking about our draft coverage, we did a contest, and I'm gonna throw up the image here of the picks. And what we did in the contest was, whoa, Dan left the call. Wait for him to rejoin, but we ran a contest and we have some picks for that. So this was the picks. This was what we were looking at for this is what it was for the people that were participating. And we're giving away a couple things today. There were 11 votes for Taylor Rapp saying that we're going to pick him. There were 9 for Justin Lane, 5 for Juan Thornhill, and then 4 for Jeffrey Simmons. This is going to be the interesting thing. Hold on one sec, guys.
Got it.
Got it. Okay, great.
Picks. These are the ones that we got. Can you say something that we can check that you're there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep, got it. Okay.
So yeah, these are the 31 picks in total that were made. As Mike was saying, we got 11 for Taylor Rapp, and I took a look at his highlight film, and this kid can play. So, but it's going to be interesting to see whether we move up in the draft. For those people interested, you should go back and take a look at 2018 when we took Baker and then we took Ward in the second pick in the first round there. The people were really shocked that we took Baker Mayfield, and then when we took Ward, they were shocked at that one too. So Dorsey has the propensity to pick the the sleepers and shock everybody. So if the conventional thinking is that he's not going to move up, he probably will. So it'll be an interesting night to see whether he really does move up or not. If he doesn't, it's going to be a boring night for us, and waiting till round 2 tomorrow to see who we get at 49 if we stay at 49. So.
Right. And here's some of the stuff that we're giving away. For the people who participated, we are going to give away the Let's Get Baked shirt. Is going to be for if anybody picks one of those players that were in that thing. If you pick that, if you're a part of the 31, we're going to do a giveaway for that. We're also going to do on this live stream today. So for the people watching, we're going to be giving away the Baker Touchdown Maker and the Orange Elf hat live on stream. So hang with us, and at some point during the night, the evening, we're going to go ahead and we're going to give it away. You have to be live in chat at the time of the giveaway for us to be able to do it. All right, looks like 1 minute and 22. When the actual pick comes in, I'll go live with the audio.
The pick is in.
Pick is in. We got Schefter and Mortensen on ESPN right now talking about it. It says the pick is in, and San Francisco's now on the clock. Pick is in. Here we go. I think they're going to go all the way to 54 seconds. They're going to take it all the way down to the end. Does anybody not think that they're taking Kyler Murray? By chance?
Unbelievable offensive line in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He's not going to have that in Arizona. Is that a concern at all?
Well, sure, it's a concern. Look, they've tried to address it a little bit as far as adding some veteran players like J.R. Sweezy, Marcus Gilbert to play left guard and right tackle respectively. They know it's a problem. They know they couldn't run the ball last year either. That's another thing. You don't want to bring a young quarterback into a situation where you can't run the ball for a good average per carry. And you
Any second now, we got to have the pick. It's most likely it's going to be
improve
Kyler Murray,
I'm just saying from a
and then
hype
it's going to
perspective.
be
Look, I'm just not caught up on all
it's going to
that.
be
I understand
Bosa in the second
right,
with
Mel?
San Francisco.
The league is about
I'm
drafting
interested to see what the
profiles
Jets
that
do,
have had
honestly.
success in the past, because you know what? If you draft a guy who doesn't fit the ideal profile and you're wrong, we are going to come down on you. Your owner is going to come down on you, and GMs don't like that. That's how you get fired.
All right. We'll see what's going on there. It appears that the pick might be in. And if it is, there is going to be history made not only on the player that's taken, but also on the team that's taken. So if
all right,
this
here we go.
goes the
Let's get the pick. Get Goodell out there.
It's going
Kyler
that way.
Murray.
I think we all know that.
Real
We
Browns
may
fan
have a
says
couple
Kyler
of
Murray.
firsts for you in the draft, and we love those kind of situations with the NFL draft. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you see the sign, and
Okay, here
look
we
at
go.
that crowd. The pick is in. Here is Commissioner Roger Goodell.
Okay. Do they shock the world, Dad, or are they going with Kyler Murray?
With the first pick
You're muted,
in the
Dad.
2019 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Kyler Murray, quarterback.
Okay, they're So Kyler Murray is the guy. Gone. Boom. We are up to number 2. Dad, did you make any changes on your side in the audio? Because we can't hear you. Did you click anything? There we go.
Now
I got you.
Right, but I'm hearing you on Hangouts.
Yeah, that's what I want. Turn off, mute YouTube. There you go. All right, Kyler Murray's walking up. That was a good pick, I guess. I mean, yeah, Josh Rosen's going to have, I guess he's gone.
He's gone. He can start packing his bag.
Yeah, it's going to be Nick Bosa. I don't know why they're giving these best available stuff. I mean, Quentin Williams, Jeffrey Simmons, Josh Allen. I mean, maybe these guys are rated the highest, but those aren't the ones that are typically that's not who's going to go here.
Right.
All right, so what are they saying about Kyler Murray?
compete. You say he didn't deal with adversity? He did. Against Alabama, they were down big. He brought them back. Not even having Hollywood Brown available as outstanding wide receiver.
So Kyler Murray's off the board, which everybody thought, which is fine. Strong Opinion Sports, guys, if you check out the video that Strong Opinion Sports did on Josh Rosen, you really show that he was kind of a flawed quarterback in his rookie season, unfortunately. And a lot of it came down to the fact that he didn't get hardly any blocking, and that screwed him up a little bit. Arizona's got probably the worst offensive line in football, and Josh Rosen was just slow to make reads, and it screwed him up a little bit. Real Browns fan says he thinks it's dumb to pick Cardinals players 2 years in a row. Dad, actually, you may have to turn on your camera or your light because you're fading in and out pretty quickly. Turn on your light.
Hold on.
Yeah, I think that's unfortunate. I think getting Josh Rosen last year was probably the thing that you draft a quarterback in the first round. You don't draft two quarterbacks in the first round 2 years in a row unless you're absolutely sure that Josh Rosen is not the guy. Look at that. You see the Browns fan, the Baker Mayfield jersey there that was represented on ESPN? That was pretty cool. Perfect. Can see a little bit better now. All right. San Francisco's on the clock. So, Dad, do you think that we're going to trade back into the first round?
Yeah, I think there's a good chance. I think it all depends on, as we get probably past 10, that I'm sure the phone is ringing and Dorsey is answering, and he's dangling Duke Johnson out there. So we're not going to trade up into the, maybe even the teens. I think we'll trade up into the 20s. So, but that again depends on if Dorsey's got a guy that he really wants to get. So I'm hoping they do trade up. It'll make it interesting.
Yeah, I think honestly, I don't think we're going to trade back in. I really don't. I think this year I think we're going to stay back unless something nuts is in. So the pick is in. Looks like the pick is in here. It's not showing that on ESPN though. ESPN, they're interviewing Kyler Murray. Let's see what he says to say.
That calling plays and the offensive mind. So for me, I can't wait to get up there and get with him. It's been a long time coming, and I hope he feels the same. So.
Well, for something we all thought was coming, man, you were on the phone for a long time. What were those calls like?
Honestly, I kind of blacked out a little bit.
Yeah, so they're just talking about his experience. That's pretty cool. And another thing that's actually pretty exciting, guys, which is really cool, we actually have a new sponsorship with Homage. As you can see, that's all over our stream. There should be a link that's below. Let me check that out. I'm going to go ahead. I'll add that link in there so you guys can get that. Okay, guys. So if you use this link that I just added in the public comments, or I guess I can add it in the chat as well. Use promo code Brownie.
Jets are on the clock, so
yep, guys.
I would imagine Bosa is number 2.
So, guys, we have a new partnership with Homage, and Homage. Oh, here we go. They're on the clock.
With the second pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Nick Bosa, defensive end, Ohio State.
OH.
Well, there it is, and there you see his.
Yep, they took him. They took Bosa.
There you go. So we got Nick Bosa going as number 2. Steelers don't pick till 20. Some people were saying that the Steelers were going to take Antonio Brown's cousin.
Right.
Oh, how amazing would that be? Look at Nick Bosa and Joey Bosa. They're like the Virginia Tech brothers, the Edmond brothers who went in the first round, but they went in the first round the same year. All right, so
Who do you think
Quinnen?
the Jets are going to take?
Well, I don't know. I was going to dial in DiNicola to see if he had a to find out what he thinks. Mike,
I wouldn't be surprised if they take Quentin Williams. He is a consensus pick, so a defensive tackle. So they have so many holes, and maybe this Ed Oliver too from Houston that could be another one.
Yeah, very possible. I'm trying to dial in DiNicola right now to get his thoughts on what's going to go on with the Jets, but I'm having audio problems like we've had for the other ones. Let me do this way. Oh yeah, that'll work. I can hear him.
Yeah.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on?
All right, guys, we have dialed in Jet fan Mike DiNicola is now live on the show. Mike, the Jets are on the clock. There's 5 minutes and 36 seconds left. What are you thinking from Jets Nation?
From Jets Nation, well, first of all, thanks. It's great to be on. Hello, Mr. Killy. How are you? Great to see you guys both together. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I think
I can't hear Mike,
that,
since that's okay as long as
Murray
you can.
Went, I mean, it's easy. It's going to be Williams.
Quinnen Williams?
If Bosa Williams went 1 and 2, like some people predicted, then it would have been a tough pick. I think they would have probably traded down for Oliver, but I think it's a no-brainer to take Williams here. That's what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
Of course, we got a new coach. Who knows what Gase is going to do? But my money will be on them going with Quentin Williams.
Well, there's 4 minutes and 45 seconds left. How are you feeling about the Jets now that they picked up Levy and Bell?
Well, I mean, we had our day last year in the draft at this time. Mm-hmm. We had our off season. We've got our offense now, and that's why again it's easy for us to go defense now in this draft, and we're looking good. We're looking better than we have in a while. We're still the Jets, so of course my hopes are not very high, but I'm cautiously optimistic.
And how about that the Browns game on Monday night? Are you excited about that?
I'm absolutely excited about it, and maybe hopefully you can have me on the show again.
Well, we're definitely going to be we're going to be doing the Brownie post-game after show, which we would definitely love to get your thoughts on that. It's going to be a late night, but I would love to have you on just to get your thoughts on that one.
Yeah. Hopefully it won't be an embarrassing loss for either one of us.
That would be great. Well, I mean, it's going to be interesting because that Monday night game in New York, Odell Beckham coming back to New York. So that should be a lot of fun. See what happens there. Now we've got 3 minutes and 25 seconds left here with Roger Goodell is now giving the Bosa jersey to Nick Bosa, or maybe they're just doing the recap on that. Big hugs for Roger Goodell. all the players when they get drafted, they really love Roger Goodell, and then all the fans boo the heck out of him.
Yeah, I'm not a big Roger Goodell fan. I think
No doubt.
he screwed up a number of things. Maybe to the owner's liking, I don't know, because they're paying him a lot of money. But
So how
for
about
my
the Browns?
money,
Are you going to trade up? Are you going to get a first-round pick?
he should have been fired a long time ago. They should have had somebody else with a better image, sticking up for the players, their injuries, their retirement, just the integrity of the game from the fans' perspective. And he's totally from the owner's perspective, and I think that's a little bit too biased.
Yeah.
So.
Mike was asking if we think that the Browns are going to come back into the first round. I think there's a possibility that the Browns come back into the first round. I think that what's going to happen for Dorsey to come back is there has to be somebody who drops. And the big news was Sweat. If Sweat or Sweet, I should say. I'll call it Sweat. It's Sweet. If he drops down, if he gets down to the end, I think we come back into the first round and we do it just for a risky move like that. I don't see anybody else in the first round that's going to be like that. We have such a hole that we have to fill that we would mortgage our future to come back into the first round for. But again, Dorsey can shock the world at any moment. I can see Dorsey doing anything. If he thinks it's going to be the best move for the Browns, he's going to do it. He's going to pull the trigger.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the one thing. And going back and look at 2018, he surprised everybody with the first 3 picks, 2 in the first round, 1 in the second round. Nobody was even close. Although we thought Baker was a good possibility, but he could have taken Chubb too. I wouldn't have been upset with that. Chances of him moving up into the first round now, I think we're going to have to wait till we get to 9 or 10 or 12 or 15 or something like that. Then it's going to get interesting. And if we pass and get into the 20s, then I would say chances are that he's not going to get up there because he doesn't have enough to offer except Duke Johnson, and Duke Johnson is not going to be in the teens. He'll be in the 20s. And he'd have to give up something for next year as well.
Cool. I agree with that. I think Duke Johnson is definitely the one kind of piece to it that could be the interesting thing if we decide to make a move off of him.
Jets are certainly taking their time, huh?
Yeah, the Jets pick is in. We'll see what happens here. I'm going to get Dina Cola's reaction live on the show, but the pick should be in. We got Nate N who's saying that we wonder if the Jets are trying to trade out so they can come back and get a corner later. Well, we're just coming back from commercial break. We got Courtyard by Marriott here.
Still nothing.
Still nothing. What's going on here?
I don't know.
This is nuts. All right, here we go. Pick is
free agency as well as linebacker C.J. Mosley. So what are the Jets going to do at 3? Let's check in with Roger Goodell.
Yes, here it comes. Goodell's walking up. Is it Quinnen Williams?
With the 3rd pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Quinnen Williams.
Yep.
They got him.
Nose tackle, Alabama.
Right. Can't lose with that pick.
Yeah, Mike. Mike, what do you think about the Quinnen Williams pick?
I mean, it's a solid pick. I don't think if they weren't going to trade down, if Quinnen Williams is there at 3, they had to take him. I wouldn't have been surprised if they would have traded down for Ed Oliver or traded down to get a corner. But, some people have him as overall the best player in the draft. I don't think the Jets are that sold on him. But obviously they're sold enough to pick him at number 3. So I'm happy with it.
All right, great. Well, hey, drive safe. And if you could tune in for the rest of the show on YouTube, that'd be awesome. But if not, hey, man, I'll talk to you. I'll give you a shout later.
All right, absolutely.
All right, see you, Mike.
Enjoying the show. Have a great one.
No surprises so far.
Yeah, no surprises so far. It's been kind of by the book here. We've got Quinn Williams. So next up, I don't know who the Oakland Raiders could shock the world and take Dwayne Haskins. Does anybody out there in chat world land think that Dwayne Haskins could go to the Oakland Raiders? Well, let me know. Everybody, give us your thoughts. Let us know who you think is going to go next. Quinn and Will. I gotta tell you guys, no matter what they say about how good Quinn Williams may be, I'm not a big fan of drafting a defensive tackle in the top 10. I just don't think it's that impactful of a position, unless he is God tier.
Must have been a big hole for the Jets, though. So.
Well, as Mike was saying, he didn't think that the Jets were all that sold on him. Mm-hmm. I think they just said that, hey, he might be. People were saying he might be the best player in the draft, so the Jets went up and get it. I think that's a very risky move. Defensive tackles in the first round, as we know from Browns fans, are risky moves.
Right. You gotta have a plug and play player with a third pick. I mean, he's got to be an automatic starter. Put him in there, let him play, because that's too high a price to pay, and then have the kid sit on the bench. So
yeah,
I think they plug him in right away. Got 5 minutes on the clock for Oakland. Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if they took a quarterback that Gruden likes, as opposed to Carr. He's had his issues with Carr. Carr plays up and down. He played really well at the end of the game last year against the Browns. Browns got screwed on the reverse of the spot, mm-hmm. which would have let them run out the clock, and they would have had 8-7 in one season if it wasn't for that stupid call. But got to give them credit. Carr brought him back from 8 points down to tie the game.
Yep.
So I give him credit. He does shine at moments, but then he throws some awful interceptions. I just don't know. Gruden's the guy in charge. He pulls all the strings there. Mm-hmm. And he can't wait to get to Vegas, where he gets his new stadium. He'll be in the spotlight there. So
I don't blame him. I do not blame him for that. I hear that stadium's it was gonna be like some ridiculous amount of money, like well over $1 billion to build that stadium.
Wow. Well, it'll be state of the art. It'll make Dallas look like chicken feed.
All right, let me scroll down here so we can get past some of these guys. We got top needs by NFL.com saying that Oakland Raiders need a cornerback, defensive lineman, linebacker, running back, and tight end. They did sign Isaiah Crowell, Browns fans. We do have, so Coral Ross says Dwayne Haskins, I believe, will go next, but maybe I'm wrong. I personally think Haskins is great. I also agree with that. I think Haskins is fantastic. I think people are crazy to dump on him. I think Dwayne Haskins is going to be a very, very good quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, I think the Giants take him if he's still available. Giants will take him.
Schlegel says, is there a good reason to get rid of Carr at this point, unless you believe that Haskins is ready to be a top 10 quarterback? I don't know. I think that Carr, the only things about Carr is he hasn't been spectacular as a quarterback. He had a pretty good rookie season. He's been hurt. He broke his back.
Right.
And last year he was okay. I would say he was below okay last year. It's almost to say, if you're going to you got one more year in Oakland, and if you think you can go one more year with David Carr, why not bring in a Dwayne Haskins, sit him on the bench? He only had 1 year of play at Ohio State. So why not sit him on the bench and let him learn? And then if Carr gets hurt, you got a guy ready to rock. Who's the Raiders' backup quarterback? Raiders. Oakland Raiders. Their backup quarterback is Mike Glennon.
Mm.
And then Nathan Peterman, and then Landry Jones.
Peterman, God.
Yeah. And then Landry Jones. So, yeah. And then another real Browns fan says, I heard John Gruden does not care with Carr. So I don't know if he's saying he doesn't think he's big on Carr.
Yeah, I got that impression, but I could be wrong. We'll see. They're milking this one for all it's worth. They're down to 1. Oh, the pick is in.
I think this could be Josh Allen. I really think that they're going to go after Josh Allen. I'm with Eli G.
You think the Raiders want Josh Allen? Oh, you mean Josh Allen, the linebacker?
Nate N says Allen is next. Yeah, Josh Allen, the linebacker, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think he's going to be the pick. I think
that would make sense too for them. They need help everywhere, so that.
I also don't think the Giants are picking Dwayne Haskins.
Really?
I don't. Nah.
Well, they can't stay with Eli. I mean,
they're staying with Eli.
Yeah, well, they'll stay with him for one more year and let whoever the kid is get some time under Eli. But
yep,
I think they got to take a quarterback because they didn't go after anybody in the free agency situation. So, and that kid can play. Haskins can play.
All right, guys. So here's what we're gonna do. When we get to the 10th pick, we're gonna do the first giveaway. We're gonna do it live on the channel. All you have to do is be in chat. If you're in chat live at the 10th pick, after the 10th pick, we're gonna do the first giveaway, which is gonna be for the Baker Touchdown Maker shirt. It's a large shirt. So pick is in.
Pick is in. Let's go.
Goodell's walking up. Josh Allen, here we go.
Pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Oakland Raiders select Clelin Ferrell, defensive end.
Ferrell, yeah, okay.
Ferrell.
Okay, this is interesting on a couple.
I don't know much about him, but I think he's
Eli
a good pick.
Eli G called it. Ferrell can play. What's going on, John Jenkins?
Baker's the man.
That's right. Hometown, Richmond, Virginia. Goes to Clemson from Richmond. Stole him out of the Virginia Tech's backyard. He graduated in 3.5 years. So he graduated in a full year and a half shorter than it took me to graduate. And he played football the entire time. God bless his soul.
Yeah.
Hell of a player. The Clemson Tigers are stacked. And I want to go on record right now for everyone watching. Trevor Lawrence will be, if he comes out next year, he will be the number 1 pick in the draft.
Lost your audio, Mike.
You lost my audio? Still being picked up here on this side. Trevor Lawrence will be the number 1 pick in the draft, hands down, without a doubt.
I got no audio, Mike, from you. What do I do?
Let me give you a call and see if I can get you back.
What's up?
All right, so we got to get your audio back on.
Right.
Did you click on anything to get it off?
No, well, I was on the YouTube channel, but that's, it says my mic is live on the when I go over to the screen.
Yeah, but you can't hear me.
I can only hear you on the phone.
Okay. let's cancel the call, and I'll call you right back.
Okay.
On Hangouts. So you got to click off that.
Click off Hangouts now.
Correct.
Got it.
There we go.
But I can't hear you.
Because I had my mic muted. Can you hear me now? Test, 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 test.
Can you hear me, Mike? I can't hear you.
Yes, I can. All right, guys, we got 2 minutes here till the Tampa Bay pick is in. See how it goes.
Let's find out right now.
All right, here we go. Pick is in.
For Tampa Bay's pick, I'm joined by Casey Reynolds, a Make-A-Wish kid and a huge Buccaneers fan. Casey's been fighting cancer, and tonight his wish is to be granted to announce the opportunity to be granted to announce the Buccaneers' first-round pick. We hope this wish gives Casey the physical and emotional strength to face any challenge.
All right, Casey, here we go.
With the 5th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Devin White, linebacker, LSU.
Linebacker.
Happiness all the way around in the green room for Devin White, the first of the 2 Devins inside linebackers that may come off the board, and it is. Devin White was recruited at LSU to play a running back, but they said...
Hey there.
All right, I'm back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
All right, cool. Let me add you back in here. So the Tampa Bay just took a linebacker. That's pretty strange, right?
Yeah. Devin White, he's supposed to be pretty good, though. All right, the big one is on the Jets are on the clock.
The Giants.
I mean the Giants.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. This will definitely be interesting to see what happens here. What do I think is going to happen with Josh Rosen? I think Josh Rosen is going to be traded to the Washington Redskins. The real question here is if the Giants are going to, if they're not going to draft Haskins, will they draft or will they trade back? What do you think, Dad? Do you think they're going to draft? Or do you think they're going to trade back?
No, they're gonna draft. They can't give up this pick. It's too high a pick, and they have too many holes. So theoretically, you could drop back maybe a couple. It all depends on, is there anybody, Seattle, San Francisco, Pittsburgh, that wants to jump up ahead of Oakland and Philadelphia and the Giants to take their guy? Don't know. No draft, no trades.
No trade so far.
Yeah. So,
Real Browns fan is saying he does not think it's Haskins. I agree. I don't think it's Haskins. I will be shocked if Haskins goes right now. I don't believe that's going to happen. Pick is in. The pick is in. Jacksonville's on the clock. 1 playoff appearance in the last 7 seasons for the Giants. 10+ losses. Jeez. They do. They're finally waking up as a franchise. I think what they should do is they should pick Dwayne Haskins. It doesn't look like he's on the phone, so he doesn't look like he's happy. They just flashed to him. It should be Dwayne Haskins, and then they should come back and they should take Antonio Brown's cousin, the wide receiver kid, to replace Odell. That's what I would do if I'm the Giants. Devin White's awesome, but I really thought Allen would go ahead of him. How far is he going to fall? I don't know. Pick is in. They haven't.
A hog molly for Dave Gettle.
They're saying it's Dan Jones.
Giants fans are
No, the quarterback?
Let's go to Roger Goodell and find out what the Giants are
Well,
doing.
the guys in chat are already saying that Dan Jones is the pick, but I don't have it on ESPN yet. Let's see what they say.
With the 6th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Daniel Jones, quarterback, Duke.
Wow.
The quarterback from Duke?
Yep.
Yep. Well,
all right, I'm gonna throw this out there. All right, I'm gonna throw this out there. I think that. Thank you. I think that there may be some racial elements to this. I'm throwing it out there. This doesn't make sense. Why would you pass up on Dwayne Haskins, who's arguably significantly better than Jones was in college? Jones looks like Eli. I think this is we want a shiny country club boy to be the face of our franchise moving forward. This doesn't shape up very well for Eli, but I'm just gonna say it. I think there's some racial elements that are in play here. I don't know. I think that's why. I think that's unfortunate. I think that sucks if you're a Giants fan. I think he's average at best. I think this is one of those overhyped guys. I saw him play in college. I saw him play against pretty average Virginia Tech defense. Didn't do well.
The last Duke quarterback, you know who that was? Or no, that was Couch was Kentucky. He was Kentucky, wasn't Duke.
Yeah,
but it's the same quality type
same
of
colors.
pick, though. Yeah, I mean the same competition that they were playing against. I mean, you're right. Haskins would have been a much better pick, unless the Giants found something wrong with him. So,
you know who this reminds me of? This pick. I don't know. I don't even know who I can say this kind of reminds me of Mitch Trubisky. When that pick happened,
right?
Everybody hyped up Mitch Trubisky. And you know what? If you're a Bears fan, I don't think Mitch Trubisky is. I don't think they think he's a problem, but I certainly don't think that the Bears are excited about Mitch Trubisky as they are about. We are about Baker Mayfield. That's for sure. Mitch Trubisky is turning into a guy who they can hope can manage games. Daniel Jones. This is going to be one of those picks. This is recorded. It's going to be out there forever. This is going to be one of those picks that goes down in history as one of the worst picks, one of the worst top 10 picks, a quarterback. This is going to be one of the biggest busts that are going to exist. Real Browns fan just opened his beer. It's going to be an interesting night.
Right.
Eli G says it has nothing to do with race. It's just football. I'm not saying it definitely is, but it's got a weird smell to it. I just don't like the pick, and I don't understand it.
Well, his name was thrown around a lot with the Giants. They like him. So it should be interesting. He's not going to put a lot of pressure on Eli, at least for a year, if not longer. There's not going to be any craving unless Eli is throwing interception after interception, or he gets hurt, and he goes down. So, but you're right. They had other possibilities they could have done, but I'm really shocked that they did not get a plug and play player.
Yeah.
Because they have so many holes, and you're going to sit him on the bench. That means they're giving up on the 2019 season to play at best 8-8 with Eli, and then you still got the kid on the bench not knowing what he's capable of. So why not let the kid play when you're 8-8, and maybe you go, 4-12 or something, but at least you got a year under your belt with the kid. So I'm really, that's the surprise pick so far for me.
So Eli G says Haskins is not super special. I don't like the pick either, but he would have taken Rosen. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have traded the 6th pick for Josh Rosen. I would have traded something else for him, but not the 6th pick. And maybe Arizona didn't want. I mean, they could have traded the 17th for him, and then grabbed a guy like Josh Allen, the defensive end,
right?
Jeff Simmons, the defensive tackle. I mean, there's players out there, but this actually this puts a really interesting situation out there for, all right, Cleveland, CBI. He's going to watch some Giant fan reactions. Yeah, this is going to be weird. I'd love to talk to a Giants fan right now to find out how they're feeling. You should call Tony and find out what Tony thinks.
He could care less. He wasn't going to watch this at all. He thought this was the biggest waste of time.
What do you think? What do you think Odell Beckham's thinking right now? Odell.
He's thinking,
here we go.
The
pick is in.
With the 7th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Josh Allen.
There's Josh Allen.
Defensive end, Kentucky.
It's a good pick. Oh, he's got a little baby.
Well, we had a mea culpa for Josh Allen for Daniel Jones when he was drafted. Josh Allen was ranked as the 2,121st best prospect.
Ed Oliver's still on the board. Whose pick is it right now?
Right now, it's Detroit.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if they take either Josh Allen, the outside linebacker, or
Josh Allen just got taken.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah. He just went to Jacksonville. So they got Jeff Simmons is out there. Montez Sweet. I don't know who the Lions are saying they need a cornerback, defensive line, offensive line, tight end, and wide receiver. Josh Allen's going to be a stud, 6'4", 265. Holy crap, that dude's going to be good. That is going to be that's a good pick. I think the Lions are very sold on Matthew Stafford. They just paid him a ton of money a couple years ago. They're not moving off Matt Stafford until they have to. Matt Stafford's going to go down. He's going to play with them forever, and that's it.
Campbell? Could be Campbell.
Could be. Paris.
Yeah. I go with Ed Oliver. He's the next one, best player on the board.
Mm-hmm.
6'2", 285. Plug and play player for Detroit. In a very physical division with Green Bay and Chicago and Minnesota.
Yep.
So you need some tough people. And I'm not sure what their linebacker situation is, but he would be ready to go day one.
Ed Oliver would be a good pick, says Real Browns Fan 32. We got Detroit coming up here in 4 minutes. Yeah, Ed Oliver would be a smart pick. They don't need. Well, I guess they need defensive line. He could fill that need. Houston,
Right.
6'2", 285. The tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. Everybody's pretty high. I just don't know when do you go tight end? Do you go tight end top? I mean, I can see the Patriots going off like trying to grab him to replace Gronk.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of tight ends that are highly thought of in the second round. So I don't know if you spend a first rounder on them.
Real Browns fan thinks he's gonna the New England's gonna go tight end. Broncos. I think all the chat on the Broncos was about Drew Lock. It wasn't about Haskins. I think Haskins falls to the Dolphins now. I think the Dolphins are up at number 13 because you got Detroit. They're not picking it. Buffalo's not picking it. Denver's gonna go with Lock. Cincinnati most likely won't pick a quarterback in the first round. That'd be very weird. That's a major shift if Cincinnati goes quarterback. Green Bay's not going quarterback. So you got Miami Dolphins at 13. I think Dolphins are going to take Haskins, and I think that's a good pick for the Dolphins.
Yeah, I do too.
Redskins need a quarterback. Redskins could do it as well, although they typically don't pick what they need in the draft. Carolina doesn't. New York Giants now have their quarterback. Minnesota doesn't. Tennessee doesn't. Pittsburgh, I doubt, would take a first-round quarterback at 20. Seattle, Ravens, Houston, Oakland. I mean, Oakland could do something, I guess, at 24. Yeah. But if Haskins falls out of... If he's not picked by Denver or Miami, it's going to be a long day for Haskins. I don't know if Miami is going to tank for here we go. The pick is in. Looks like the Detroit just took Hawkinson.
Hawkinson, yeah.
Yep.
Sort of an unknown. I don't know much about him at all.
Hawkinson's the actual pick. So my draft ticker is actually, or my DirecTV stream here is a good 30, maybe even a minute behind NFL.com.
Who's on the clock now? Buffalo?
Buffalo.
Yeah, they got a lot of holes too, but
yeah,
be interesting to see who they take.
T.J. Hawkinson.
This is indeed significant because T.J. Hawkinson now joins a very select group. He is just the fourth tight end chosen in the top 10 of the draft since 1997. And amazingly, another one.
You got to produce out of that role. If you're going to be a tight end that you're drafted in the top 10, you have to be a wide receiver. You got to be like a Travis Kelce, like Antonio Gates. You got to be a stud to be picked in the top 10 as a tight end. I mean, and Njoku went in the first round. I think Njoku's produced, but he wasn't a top 10 guy.
Right.
Lots of Iowa tight ends have been drafted in the past. Nobody's a game changer. All right, so let's get back to chat. I don't think so. Just going back to Real Browns fan, I don't think Miami tanks for Tua. I don't think you can do that, to be honest. It's just there's too much. I think they are in a position where they're burning it down. I think they're using the Browns strategy of burning it to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that they're going to be doing that. Nate N says Oliver or Burns or Montez Sweet. I don't know if that was in relation to Detroit, but let's see what Buffalo does. Buffalo. Everybody seems to need cornerbacks. If I'm gonna guess, I could see Jeff Simmons going here.
Yeah, he'd be a good pick.
Yeah, I could see Jeff Simmons going here. Sally Lester says, gut feeling Dorsey makes a move to get back into the first round, either trading Duke or Schobert. You think they're going to trade Schobert to move back into the first round? That would be strange.
He could be. It all depends on who Dorsey wants. If he is really set on somebody, I think he could. Schobert could be gone too. That could be. You give him Duke Johnson and him, and you trade up into the first round. But I would be surprised at that. But then again, Dorsey is a guy that can surprise you, especially if you can get a plug and play player for something critical for the Browns. And linebacker, if you got rid of Schobert, you got to get an inside linebacker. So
yeah, jeez. So New England's mad about that pick, says Sally. Blue Jackets are up 2-1. That's good. Your trade. So all right. So Real Browns fan says there are trade talks with about Joe Schobert that surfaced today. All right. Here's my thoughts on Schobert. I think he's a guy who's playing above his skill level. He plays. He's been playing kind of out of his mind. And I think that the problem with Joe, and I think is the problem with kind of all of our linebackers, if I'm being perfectly honest, is that that's the weakest position on our defense. We lost Collins, who really he was a waste of space last year.
Up and down year. I mean, he makes some great tackles, and then he just lets somebody go whizzing by him, like he wasn't even there, or gets sucked in, and he's behind the play and chasing the play down. So I was not happy with Collins, especially all the money that they paid him. So I wasn't unhappy that he was gone. But they need help there.
I don't think anybody was really upset that they lost Collins. I honestly would have rather than have kept Nate Orchard on the roster than Jamie Collins. I don't think Nate Orchard was picked up by anybody either, which is unfortunate. Okay, here's my thing for Buffalo. I think it's either going to be Jeff Simmons or it's going to be the offensive lineman Andre Dillard. That's who I think is going to go to the Bills. That's who it is going to be. One of those two, I bet.
Could
be Greedy Williams too. Greedy Williams could get it. There's not a lot of cornerbacks that are out there. Murphy or Greedy Williams.
Is the pick in?
DK Metcalf it could be as well.
Sure.
Oh, what's going on here?
A host of issues that have followed Montez Sweat, who is regarded as one of the top players in this draft, and one of the reasons he has fallen to this point. There obviously are some teams concerned about a heart condition. He's off some boards, but some teams are not overly concerned.
They're talking about Montez Sweat. 2015, suspended for the final 12 games of redshirt freshman season Michigan State for undisclosed reason. 2016, Ed Oliver was picked. Defensive tackle, Ed Oliver's gone.
Yeah, I thought he would go pretty high up, so that is not a surprise at all.
Yeah, that is not.
And now we got Denver on the clock. They don't need a quarterback, so.
Denver needs defensive line help.
Yeah.
Wilkins is still available.
Yeah, I think if Haskins keeps falling, he could fall to Miami. Then again, if they don't take him, you got Washington right behind Atlanta. Then you got Carolina. Then you got the Giants again. I could see the Giants taking him, with their second pick, but he may not be around at that point.
Try to refresh my live stream here.
There's Caledonia.
See if I can refresh it to get this thing moving a little faster. Maybe catch up with this. But yeah, so we got Jeff Simmons. We have Jeff Simmons. We got Montez, and they're still available. This is going to be.
Nate says that he didn't like Flacco. He thinks Flacco for Denver sucks. But Flacco is he's pretty consistent.
He's a safe pick.
Yeah, you give him an offensive line, and Flacco can pick you apart. So I think he's good for another year at least. Although Denver is up and down with quarterbacks, so they lost some defensive players. So I think they go defense.
Well, Real Browns fan says, here's my thing. If the Ravens draft Jackson last year with Flacco, who says Denver can't do the same thing? I agree. I think it's going to be Drew Lock. All the rumors were Elway was in love with Drew Lock. So Eli G, Jonah Williams, or Austin Dillard. I think you mean Andre. And then Warren Triplett. Any chances we trade into the first? We've been talking that a little bit. I think if we trade into the first, it's going to have to be for somebody who slips pretty far. And if Montez Sweet is there, I think that's worth trading back. If we can get Montez, because you got to think about who are we going to trade with. I think the people that we could trade up to get, because if we let's say we trade our second round pick this year and second round pick next year and like Duke Johnson, right? And if everybody's saying who's going to be the people that would be interested in that type of thing, I think the Eagles at 25 would be ripe for it. I think we're ready. I think we are ready to go with the Eagles at 25.
Yeah, that would make sense. I could see Dorsey doing that if he didn't have to give up too much and he gets the player he wants. So I could see that happening, but I don't think much more beyond that, into the low 20s or in the high teens.
But think about this too, like our second round pick next year is not going to be a good pick. It's not going to be
we hope.
Well, yeah. I mean, most likely it's going to be a high pick too. So it's not like you're getting a whole ton of that. Coming out of the first round, it's going to be interesting. It will be interesting to see, and then that kind of drama is going to happen with the Browns as we get out of the first, top 10 here.
Rick Atkins thinks that Haskin might go to Cincinnati. That would be that'd be a hard one to swallow. I don't look forward to playing against him on a regular basis. So I hope Cincinnati does not get him.
I don't think Cincinnati's going to be picking.
There's an Ohio guy, so.
Yeah, but I don't think Cincinnati's in a position right now to pick a quarterback. Unless they're I don't think that Cincinnati's smart enough to do that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think they're going to sit there and
they got a new coach.
They're going to putz along with Dalton.
New coach wants fresh blood. So
if I'm Cincinnati and I'm a new coach, I want to move off of Dalton, but I don't think Dalton's the biggest problem that the Bengals have.
Yeah, but he's not that consistent. He'll have a great game, and then he'll have a horrible game. So there's not a lot of, consistency with him, and I think that's what hurts them and helps us, obviously, because we're rooting for the Browns.
Yeah, primetime Dalton. That's what they always used to say about him. It's like you put Dalton on primetime and he bombs.
Yeah, true. He's had some really horrible interceptions. He's been hurt a couple of times. I don't know who their backup is.
Okay, so this is how they got Joe Flacco. No, I missed it. Dwayne Haskins still is just messing around on his phone. He does not have a phone. They have not called him. So he is sitting there.
He's not on the board, I guess.
He's still going to be sitting there. We have a trade. Pittsburgh's trading.
Ooh.
That they need to solidify offensive line.
Yeah, but Pitt is way down there. Pitt's at, 20?
Look, in Vic Fangio's defense, last year they drafted a guy in
Denver traded.
Who was fantastic.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's at 20.
So Pitt moved up to Denver's? Wow.
Yep, here it is.
So they want somebody. They want somebody bad to move up like 9 spots, 8 spots.
10 spots.
10 spots.
Pittsburgh has traded up. Adam, what more can you tell us about
And I guess
Pittsburgh
Denver
trading
takes
up
their
here?
spot and they move down and get something else. Obviously, because they gave up 10 spots to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh must really, again, a defensive guy or a wide receiver. I don't think they take a running back. So
year first-round pick, and Denver had done a good long look on its quarterback.
that's interesting. Denver trades with Pittsburgh.
Joe Flacco, and it's got a lot of needs that it needs
Well, it could be, yeah, it could be DK Metcalf.
People are saying DK. That'd be shocking.
Is he that good?
I don't think they needed to trade up 10 things for DK Metcalf.
Yeah, true.
We'll see who they select soon enough, but it's going to be costly, Trey. I promise you that.
All right, Adam, thanks. We'll get the details of that trade in just a little bit. So we know that
That's going to be they're going to have to pay a hefty price for that too.
They've been consistent the last few years.
Good.
Taking defense, not since David DeCastro on the offensive line.
Steelers suck. Crapsburg.
Offensive player they took in the first round, boys.
Look, I'll tell you this though. Look, Adam just said.
Guys, wait till you see the next Brownie post-game video that's coming out.
Running back in the middle of the field in terms of pass coverage.
I'm not going to give any previews, but I'm going to say it has a lot to do with Pittsburgh as well.
It certainly would. All right, we believe the pick is in.
And then we got Cincinnati right behind them now.
Yep.
So they're probably maybe
they jumped ahead of Cincinnati. That's why they probably did it.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was the reason, because they must have got a feel that, God, we don't want to let our guy go and have him go to Cincinnati. So if they take Cincinnati's guy,
I think this has got to be a defensive player.
You think?
I think it's got to be a defensive back.
I don't know. They had to jump, Cincy. It's the worst feeling in the world when you're
Devin Bush, linebacker.
Devin Bush, okay. They wanted him bad.
Back to the stage. 1979, Walter Payton, NFL.
I can't imagine
10 picks for a linebacker.
I can't imagine Cincy is too upset about that. I don't know if that was the guy they had on their board or what, but that Nate Sweet? He's still available.
With the 10th pick
he has
in the 2019 NFL Draft.
Mean Joe Green.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Guy from Clemson, Kristen Wilkins, is still on the board too.
Linebacker, Michigan.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm not sure, and that is one heck of an outfit. I'm not sure. No, that is one heck of an outfit.
I love that outfit, Devin.
Booger, that's got to be close to what you wore.
What in the hell is Devin Bush wearing?
Bring that up because it was awesome. I just have to say this might be the first time
you see
Devin's taken in the first.
Kyle Murray's outfit, pink?
Yeah, I saw that.
That was brutal.
All right, guys. 10 picks are in. So we're on 11. So we're gonna do the first giveaway for the Baker Touchdown Maker shirt.
All right, we got 17 people watching.
All right, 17 people watching. For everybody who's there live right now, we're gonna give you a minute or two. Type in chat to let me know that you're here. All right, so we got. I'm gonna go. All right, so everybody from this point on, type in chat. Let me know you're here. TNM.
Here they come.
Eli G.
John.
Schlegel. Real Browns.
Nate.
Rick. Nathan. Angel. Angel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Type in chat. I'm going to give you another. We'll wait. When Cincinnati picks, that's when we'll do the randomizer. So this is for the Baker Touchdown Maker. Nathan, I got you. Randomizer.
How much time on the clock?
5 minutes and 20 seconds.
Okay.
We'll let anybody else. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 in 7 chance. All right. We got one more in here.
Cincy trying to find a trade partner. Could be. Could be.
Nate N is here. We have Nathan Alexander and Nate N.
TNM Sports.
Yep, got him in there.
Okay.
Oh, Coral Ross is in there too. All right. 4 minutes and 31 seconds. Cincinnati's going to pick. Going back to the draft, though, to talk about what we've seen so far. Out of the first 10 picks, what would you say you're most surprised about out of the first 10 picks?
The most is the Giants pick. Picking the quarterback from Duke. Duke is an up-and-coming program. They've had some nice wins. But it's not like, and granted, there's no sure thing coming out of USC or UCLA or Stanford, but clearly those quarterbacks have stood the test of time in the competition that they played against. I mean, there must have been something about the kid from Duke that they like to waste their first-round pick on him and to sit behind Eli. He's not going to come in and outplay Eli in the preseason, so he's going to sit there. And then you got to worry about, when Eli does go, whether you got the right guy in your squad. So I mean, of the first 10, that's the biggest surprise for me.
Fair.
And I'm really interested to see who Cincinnati takes. That they got a lot of holes too. So I mean.
I think if you are in the AFC North, you have to draft defense if you get to go up against the Browns.
Yeah, because their offense is going to be a lot better than it was even last year, and they did pretty good considering the how young Baker was, and Jarvis made some great catches. Higgins came along, so I mean, with Odell Beckham. It's going to free up Landry, so he can look either side and pick who he wants to throw it to. So, and he's got tight end. I mean, he's got a lot of weapons now. So I hope he uses them wisely. Come on, Cincinnati. What are you doing?
Offensive tackle, Jonah Williams. The pick is in.
It's incredible. Wow. This is a guy who made flow charts for
Liberty.
Every one of the guys
He's from
that he
Liberty.
go up against every year.
Wow, that's a 5'11".
No, he's from no. You're not looking at the right guy. Jonah Williams, offensive tackle for Alabama.
Oh, okay. Yeah, somebody put it on the screen up here that I'm watching on Yahoo Sports.
All right, guys, that's it. So the first Baker touchdown maker, the shirt. It's a large shirt, unlicensed.
Spin the wheel.
Here we go. You guys ready? Is everybody ready? Type in chat if you're ready.
Go, pick it.
I got to let the suspense hit. All right, this is who we got in. We got TNM Sports, Eli G, Schlegel, Real Browns fan, Rick, Nathan Alexander, Angel, Joa Roger, Nate N, and Coral Ross. Everybody is ready. And 3, 2, 1, randomize. Eli G is the winner.
Good. Congratulations, Eli G. Need to get his address, Mike.
Yep. Eli G, send me an email. Send me an email to browniepostgame@gmail with your contact information, not your contact information, your address, and I will send that out to you tomorrow. Assuming, Eli, you are a Browns fan. I hope so. All right, so I'm being told for that Pittsburgh, for that trade, they had to give up the 20th pick, the 52nd, and next year's third-round pick. That's not all that much, to be honest. Green Bay is on the clock. And I'm going to step out for 1 second to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back, guys.
Green Bay's got a lot of holes, too. They need to fill across the board. So it could be anybody. Trying to see who's the next best available. And again, this Kristen Wilkins from Clemson, 6'3", 315 pounds, inside linebacker. I don't see anybody else that jump. Haskins is still on the board, but I don't see him going to Green Bay. Probably a defensive player, maybe a wide receiver. They could use some help at wide receiver for Aaron Rodgers, keep him happy. And the next interesting one is going to be Miami. We're both, Mike is up in Orlando. I'm down here in Fort Lauderdale, within an earshot of Miami Stadium. So a lot of Miami fans down here. They haven't drafted too well over the years, especially a quarterback hasn't worked out. They're sitting there with Fitzpatrick. They could go Haskins too. That I would not be surprised if Miami takes Haskins. Yeah, we've gone to the preseason games up in Tampa 2 years in a row, and we're definitely going to go this year as well. So be our first opportunity to see Baker live, even though he'll probably only play, a quarter or whatever. But it's a nice stadium. Fans are good. Seating is good. You can sit on the Brown side and get a decent seat. That doesn't cost too much money, but.
All right, guys, I'm back. New pick is in. Rashawn Gary, defensive end from Michigan.
Yeah. TNM Sports pick Gary. Good pick.
Good pick. Good pick.
Don't know much about him, so now we got Miami on the clock.
Now we have Miami on the clock. This is where I think Haskins goes.
Yeah, me too. If I was going to bet, I'd make that bet.
Yep. I think so.
I don't see anybody else on the board, although Jeffrey Simmons is slowly moving up the best available list, and so is Andre Dillard. So could be any one of those three.
Chat, what do you think? Let's find out. What do you guys think here?
Yeah, Real Browns thinks it's Haskins too. And Rick.
Ross thinks it's and by the way, guys, this is our first live stream together. We've done some shows. All the stuff that I've done, obviously, those shows have been post-production.
You can tell by all the glitches we've had so far.
Hey, it's we're learning on the fly here. So
all right,
but we are going to be every time we go live. Set the notification. We're going to be doing giveaways. We're going to be doing things like hat giveaways. Dad, why don't you tell them the next thing we're going to be giving away live that you picked up on eBay?
Oh, I was on eBay the other day scouting for things to give away, and a Bernie Kosar
starting lineup.
Yeah, starting lineup was available. Has Bernie and a football card there too. So that's coming to me, and at some point we're gonna offer that up as a live giveaway. So starting lineups things keep going up in value, and I think getting one on Bernie is pretty rare. So didn't get a lot of competition on eBay, so that was good. So it's in the mail to me now.
Which one was it? Was it the brown jersey one or the white jersey one?
I think it's the brown jersey one. And the other thing I got going is I think I talked about on our last show was I had a person make a bet for the Browns to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's the one, Mike.
That's the one? Okay.
Yep. And I was going to put a $100 bet down, but the odds had dropped to 10-1. I can't believe the Browns are 10-1 to win the Super Bowl, no less win the division, win the to go to the Super Bowl. But so I reduced the bet to 50. So we'll see if the Browns can make it, and at least I have that ticket to hold on to as well until they're eliminated mathematically or whatever. So.
Cool. Well, hey guys, so here's how we're gonna do the next giveaway for the orange hat. This is the orange. It's got like one of those like little buckle kind of things in the back. Nothing else. This is just the thing you're hanging on. So the orange hat's going next, and that's gonna go out either at the end of the draft when the draft wraps up at 32. Or if the Browns move up and trade up into the first round, then we will do the giveaway right away.
How much time on the clock, Mike? I can't see it on my monitor.
4:08. You should grab your iPad. Grab your iPad and follow on that way. Like put us on YouTube on your iPad.
All right. Okay.
Oh, pick us in. Miami on the clock. Who is it? It's still saying Miami's on the clock on both NFL.com. Yep, pick us in now. Is it Haskins? What do you think, guys? Do. Pick is in. I'm thinking it's Haskins. Gotta be. I hope so too.
That would be a good pick for them. That would be. I would like that pick a lot.
I agree. I would not be upset with that pick. So my wife is getting all upset with me because I keep buying all these old Browns jerseys on eBay, and I'm buying them for like $10-15. So, these are like the legit Browns jerseys, right? So I actually picked up, a Browns Courtney Brown jersey. Got a Courtney Brown jersey. I got for $15. That's gonna be one of them that I wear on the thing as well.
Come on. What's the holdup?
Juwan Taylor. You calling Juwan Taylor? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be Haskins. Christian Wilkins.
Yeah, he was the best available top guy. So I don't think you can go too wrong with him. He's inside linebacker, big guy. Haskins is dropping. I wonder who he goes to now. Washington? Could be.
Washington at 15.
Or Atlanta's not going to take him. You know that.
No way.
Washington, Carolina, and then the Giants again.
Giants. Could they draft 2 quarterbacks in the first round?
Well, that's true. That's true.
That ain't happening. That is not happening.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I forgot that they took the guy from.
And who did Denver pick? Denver moved back.
Right.
So Denver might have looked at it and go, we could take Haskins, we could take Drew Lock. Look at all those guys coming up. None of them are picking quarterbacks. Other than the Redskins could.
Washington has who? I mean,
Keenum.
Alex Smith is hurt.
They traded. I don't know if they traded for him, but it's Keenum.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I'm looking down the list. I don't see anybody.
Yeah.
Unless Oakland takes him, but that's like 10 picks away. So.
Keenum, Smith, McCoy.
Yeah, I don't see the Redskins taking him. I think they're okay with what they got. Try it for a while. Atlanta's good.
Well,
Carolina's set. Giants are set. Minnesota's set. Tennessee is set. Denver, Seattle, Baltimore, Houston, Oakland is the next one on David Carr is on the way out. We'll see.
I'm thinking. Here's what I'm really happy about. If I'm being honest, that the Pittsburgh Steelers did not go up and draft an offensive player because they lost Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown. They didn't go up and get Marquise Brown. They didn't go and get one of the running backs. They didn't do anything offensive, which is great. That's fine. Take your linebacker. He could be a really good linebacker. That's great. That's great. And they had to give up stuff to get him. I'm happy about that.
Yeah. Cincinnati, who'd they take? An offensive lineman?
They took offensive line.
Yeah, so that doesn't hurt us too badly.
They do have Bobby Hart. All right. Hoover's kind of fun watching the draft. You don't got to worry about the Browns pick. I got to tell you, I am. I'm just excited that the Browns could come back into the first round. So I'm with you. I'm with you, T&M.
Yeah, I guess Dorsey's got to be sitting there biting at the bit. I wonder if his phone is ringing off the hook, or he's calling people, or what he's doing. But a lot of those teams could use a Duke Johnson.
Totally.
So, and you don't want to trade him to one of your arch enemies, obviously. So any of those teams that are up, except for maybe Denver and then Baltimore, you want to keep them away from those teams, and Tennessee probably.
Yeah.
But you could trade him to Atlanta, Washington, the Giants.
The pick is in for Atlanta. Let's see who it is. Hey, Joey Naranjo, how's it going, man? What's up, Browns fan from San Jose, California? We don't have a pick. Let's go Browns. Schlegel, they didn't really lose Le'Veon Bell. He didn't play a game last year. That's true, but it still is a hefty toll that they don't get him back. It's almost like he was just injured last year.
Yeah, and Connor.
Oh, saying Greedy could. Eli G is saying Greedy could fall into our lap. Everybody's passing on OBJ is obviously the better pick than Greedy at 17. I agree with you 100%. TNM says Burns is going to go here. Remember when we didn't have a pick to the 4th round? I do. I remember that. That was unbelievable.
I'll be right back.
I think that was that the Mangini years? I remember Mangini when he kept trading back in the draft. A disaster that guy was. if you're trading back into the first round, it's got to be something great. Atlanta Falcons took guard Chris Lindstrom from Boston College. All right. Fine with me. Hopefully more quarterbacks get taken. Robert Herbert saying Paris Campbell. Greedy as man. Wilkes will play zone. Haskins to Washington. That's what my neighbor Todd says. Haskins to Washington is happening. They need a rookie contract to soak up some of that dead money that they flushed down the drain with Alex Smith's leg. Let's see. Chris Lindstrom. Also an NFL player. Pretty interesting. You think Haskins? Rick says Haskins going to go here. Real Brown says he does not think this is going to be Haskins. Noah Font. I don't know. I think. Oh man, there's so many good players that are left here. I could see the Redskins taking DK Metcalf. I could see them taking Marquise Brown. I could see them taking Drew Lock. I could see the Redskins taking Cody Ford.
Yeah, Jeffrey Simmons is still on the board.
Jeffrey Simmons is still there. One of the highest rated players.
Right. Yeah, a lot of guys liked Jeffrey Simmons in our pick. So haven't lost too many people of our 31 picks. There haven't been too many that have been eliminated so far. So that everybody's still in the running for that who haven't put their picks in.
Going back to the picks. Taylor Rapp, Justin Lane, Juan Thornhill, and Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons is the only guy, but he only got four picks. So he'll get crossed off here in a second. Chris Lindstrom's real happy that he got picked. Good for Chris. I think we could trade with Seattle, maybe. Possibly. Seattle could. Yeah, I don't think Alex Smith's going to retire either. He's going to get his money.
Sure, yeah. That was a horrible injury.
God, yeah, it was. That was devastating. Guys, I just want to say thank you again. We got 23 people watching. This is our first live stream. Everybody who's fans of the channel, who likes our videos, likes the stuff that we've created so far. I just want to say I appreciate it. All the views have been, I just have blown me away with the amount of support that we've gotten for this channel. So I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, me too. I agree. It's great support, and I hope we can keep this thing going and look forward to our first game.
Yeah. I can't. Well, preseason's going to be fun. You know. That's where we'll get the practice with preseason.
Right. We'll see Odell, make a couple of plays at least in the first quarter before they take him out.
Yeah. The first preseason game when we have Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, David Njoku, Nick Chubb. If we came out with Nick Chubb in the backfield and Kareem Hunt, because Kareem Hunt can play in the preseason.
Right.
We come with that offense, get both of them in the backfield in a pro set. Oh my God, that'll be a statement. Free Rosengert. I like Brown more than Metcalf, but Metcalf's a sexy pick. This is my draft stream. In Dorsey we trust. I agree, Joey. I agree.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the surprise. I'm waiting for the trade up, but so far he's been silent. And he may be content to sit there with Duke Johnson and say, hey, you don't pay my price, sort of like Trump, you don't pay my price, I'm not going to do the deal. So
The Art of the Deal. Do you think he read Art of the Deal?
yeah, it could be. He certainly pulled off some big ones in just 1 year. Look how much he's pulled off in 1 year.
I think Dorsey. Dad, you've been a Browns fan for a long time. I think Dorsey is probably the best GM we've had since Ernie Accorsi.
Yeah, and Ernie Accorsi came from Hershey.
That's right, he did. You know who else came from Hershey, or who else lives in Hershey right now? Gary Collins, the old tight end from the Browns.
Remember when he used to help cut our grass?
Yeah, so here's a funny story. Pick is in. Gary Collins, all the Browns fans will remember him, the
wide receiver.
Yeah, wide receiver for the Browns back in the Jim Brown era. His son is a giant Browns fan, and his son owned a landscaping and lawn care company in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Right.
And so when I was a kid, probably, I don't know, maybe 12, 13, Gary Collins, there used to be this giant man who used to mow our lawn. And I remember, Dad, you telling me that guy used to play for the Browns. And so I went outside one time when he was mowing the lawn. I stopped him and I said, "My dad said that you used to play for the Browns." He says, "Yeah, I used to play for the Browns. My son's a big Browns fan. I hate the Browns right now." He hated Modell.
Right.
He hated Art Modell.
Because he wouldn't pay him. Modell wouldn't pay him towards the end of his career when he done so much for the Browns, and he wanted some security towards the end. And Modell said, "No, I'm not giving to you." So he wouldn't even go back for old timers games.
Dwayne Haskins just went to the Redskins.
Ah, okay. I'm not surprised.
I want to see the Redskins' reaction because they have him live here on the thing.
Right now, if it works out that way.
You know the pick, obviously, is Dwayne Haskins, but I want to hear Godell say it.
Gruden's brother got a good guy. Can build around him.
Washington Redskins select Dwayne Haskins, quarterback, Ohio State.
Well, Washington fans seem happy.
Yeah, Haskins fell, but he didn't fall too far, so that's good.
In Highland Park, New Jersey, but moved to Potomac, Maryland.
And he's got a shot. Keenum, Smith, Colt McCoy. Who knows? I mean, he plays well in preseason. They may just stick him in there. Who knows?
Hey, I don't hate that pick. I don't hate that.
Carolina
He's
on the
happy
clock.
now. Look at him. He's smiling now. Carolina's on the clock. This is a potential trade partner with the Browns. I'm just going to call it right now. We have potential trade. We're getting into the small possibility, but we are now getting into that trade bubble area with Cleveland Browns coming back into the first round. All right, so let's get back into chat. Good for Redskins. The Giants are dumb, says Matt C. It felt great for Haskins to finally get picks, says Coral Ross. Real Browns fan says, "I'm a little surprised because they have Keenum, Smith, and Colt McCoy. I'm a little bit surprised as well, but I think that still could be a good pick there." T&M, sweet to Panthers, even with his heart conditions, possibly. Joey says, "I can see the Giants replacing OBJ with DK Metcalf. That's very possible." I could also see Marquise Brown going there. Not far from home. Rosen gonna sit a year. I think if you're talking about Josh Rosen is done. He's I don't know what the heck he's gonna do. I don't even know where he could go now because the guys who need a quarterback, they're all drafting him.
Well, that's what they were talking about, that he becomes a very cheap commodity that somebody could pick up because clearly Arizona doesn't need him or want him anymore, and it just would create a big controversy to have the two of them out there. So they'll probably give him up without too much of a fight. So somebody can pick him up on the cheap.
Yeah, I agree with TNM Sports. I think the Broncos are gonna draft Locke. I don't know if they're gonna make a move for him. Eli G grew up in VA. Hope it does well for them. Eli G, I didn't grow up. I grew up in Pennsylvania, but go Hokies.
Jeffrey Simmons is still on the board.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Andre Dillard still on the board.
Rosen's value is going down by the second.
Mm-hmm.
Rosen to Broncos. That could be a move. Real Browns fans. Real Browns fan. Where are you in Pennsylvania? How about New England trading for Rosen? I don't know. I don't think New England trades for Rosen. I don't see that happen.
I don't think so either.
Nah.
They need a backup for Brady, but I don't think it's.
They still got Hoyer the Destroyer.
Yeah, right. Can play. Groundhog. Punxsutawney? Is that where you are, Real Browns?
Groundhog Day, yeah. Punxsutawney, PA. Did Hoyer get to play in the Super Bowl? Did they let him take a snap?
I don't think so. I don't think
they let Hoyer play. Where is Punxsutawney? I don't even know where that is in Pennsylvania.
You're gonna find it.
Is that Eastern Pennsylvania? Is that like the Scranton Wilkes-Barre area? Oh, New England could be Will Greer. I could see New England taking Will Greer. That actually makes sense. I could see that happening. Pick is in for Carolina.
All right. Well,
I can see Carolina taking a wide receiver. This is where you can see DK Metcalf going.
Right, I agree. Or a defensive player, which would make them pretty tough on defense.
They haven't been able to replace Steve Smith, and if now with Christian McCaffrey there, they don't have like another weapon on offense.
Right.
So I could see them going for DK or Marquise.
Punxsutawney's an hour north of
Pittsburgh. Interesting.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
It's way up there. I've never been an hour. Furthest north I've been is when we used to go to Cleveland, but it wasn't in Pennsylvania. Brian Burns, edge out of Florida State. I'm still really happy for Dwayne Haskins getting picked where he was. I feel like he dropped. It's always unfortunate when a player drops like that. Brian Burns he's pretty excited, outside linebacker.
Yeah, I had a feeling they would go defense. But
I don't know much about him.
No, me either. 6'5", 249.
Well, that is a big boy. Eli, I just want to confirm I got your address. So I will be shipping you the shirt tomorrow. Congratulations again. New York Giants are back.
Yeah, they could take Metcalf, the Giants. That'd be a good move for them.
I just don't think DK. I think he's got a lot of question marks. And I think Marquise Brown is he's the smarter pick here, to be honest.
Oklahoma guy, yeah.
Yeah, I think he is. For my money, that's who I take. You got Jawan Taylor still there. Jeff Simmons, Noah Fant, the other tight end from Iowa. Imagine if 2 tight ends from Iowa go in the first round of the draft.
Good Lord.
How weird would that be?
Here would be a good spot for the Browns to trade up.
Oh my God, if they traded up with the Giants?
Who?
If the Browns did that, you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
And they trade up with them, and they pick Simmons at that point. That would be
no.
I'd love that move.
There's no way that's happening.
Well, they could go Minnesota, Tennessee, Denver, Seattle, any of the. They're not going to trade with Baltimore, obviously, but any of the next 4 or 5 teams they could trade. But again, I don't see him moving up this far. I think in the 20s would make more sense for.
I agree. I think
George.
we are into the spot, but I don't think we get to the danger zone until we get to the mid-20s.
Right, I agree.
Chris Reamer says Metcalf.
Yeah, Dillard's still on the board.
TNM says Taylor 100%. Robert says kicker Neil Henry. Coral Ross, I think the Giants are happy with Barkley and Shepard for now. I think they're going to go with defense. Wow, yeah, but Shepard's not a number 1. With the 70th pick of the NFL draft, the Cleveland Browns select Odell Beckham Jr., wide receiver for LSU. They trade Jabril Peppers, the 17th pick, and the 95th pick. Dillard's on the board. Good pick. Real Browns 32. We like that. The pick is in for the Giants. What do? Do they go offense? Do they go offense? Or do they back it up with defense? I still can't believe Montez Sweet is still there, dropping off because of that heart condition thing. That's a guy I could see the Browns coming back into the first round to pick. I'd be happy with that.
That'd be a stretch.
Would be fun though. What out of curiosity, which channel are you guys watching the draft on? The NFL channel, ESPN, CBS? Like what's everybody watching this on? Yeah, no cornerbacks are gone yet. Ara says no corners. They still got Greedy still available. Byron Murphy's available.
I'm trying to see who's highest.
Rocky Sin out of Temple's available.
Brian Murphy from Washington.
Yep, Byron Murphy. Offensive tackle Jawan Taylor's still there. ESPN, ABC. Jonathan Schlegel over the air.
Well, that speaks well for Rapp being potentially our guy at 49 if some of these other corners and safeties still stay on the board. It makes it a possibility that even if we don't trade, we could still get a quality player like him who could start. And I'd be okay with that, no problem.
There's a lot of safeties that are ranked higher than him.
Right.
So
but I watched his highlight film, and he is quick, and he's tough. He hits, and he's a junior, I think. So you're getting even a younger player.
Yeah.
Maybe not as experienced, but still, I like youth. I mean, we had 21 rookies on the team last year, 4 with 1 year of experience, and another 4 or 12 with 2 years of experience. So we got to be one of the youngest and most talented teams. And if you could add a little bit more youth, go for it,
I think so. I think we got to if we're going to draft somebody at 49, if we're not going to move up, if we're going to take somebody at 49, we need a role player. Not necessarily somebody who's going to start, but somebody who can also play special teams. Somebody who's going to see the field. I just want somebody who's going to see the field.
Well, somebody that you're not going to play 23 yards behind the line of scrimmage and act as a last resort to tackle somebody. You got to have somebody that you can cover and that can come up and make plays. And for the first year and a half they had Peppers, they played him 30 yards deep.
Yeah,
who's he guarding 30 yards deep? Just to prevent somebody going over the top and getting an easy touchdown on you. So I think with Ward on one side and what's his name on the other side, I think we're
Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell. We're pretty good.
So where did Dwayne Haskins go? Talking to Grub and Media says he went 15 to the Redskins.
Right.
Most people are watching on ESPN, although Ara is watching NFL Game Pass in Scotland. What does Colin Cowherd have to say? I had no idea. All starters under 28 for us, other than Britton Colquitt. That's fine with me. We'll like another cornerback to play opposite of Ward. I also don't disagree with that. Yeah, Jay Lane is still there. I would like to see another one. All right, the pick is in for the Giants.
Joining us from Camp Humphreys,
Dexter Lawrence, defensive tackle.
Please join me in welcoming members of the 2nd Infantry Division.
So far, the Giants have traded Odell Beckham for Jabril Peppers, Kevin Zeitler, Dexter Lawrence, and the 95th pick. I think Dexter Lawrence is fine.
Yeah, I don't know too much about him.
He's another one of the defensive tackles for Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of the big boys up front. I think that's a good pick. It's fine. It's safe. Is he going to be lights out? I don't know. Man, I'm going to the Giants. They traded Odell for me. That's what he's saying. Defensive tackle. Nope. Sweet did not go to the Giants. Dexter Lawrence. Minnesota Vikings on the clock. All right, now we got to start thinking, where's Montez Sweet going to go? Where's DK Metcalf? How crazy would it be if DK Metcalf does not get drafted in the first round after all the hype that they had surrounding him? There hasn't been a wide receiver selected yet.
Nope.
No wide receivers, no running backs.
No safeties.
No safeties. Couple linebackers, no cornerbacks yet.
Nope.
That means there's a lot of talent left for us at 49.
Yeah. No running backs. No tight ends. I mean, they're clustered around certain positions, which again they're taking the cream of the crop. There's I think the only one that was the Giants taking the kid from Duke is the only surprise. Everybody else I can live with. I can understand. I'm surprised Jeffrey Simmons is still.
Yeah.
He's still on the board. He's a 5 away from the best pick, but he could go at any time.
Well, what happened to Jeff Simmons? Because, I mean, look at other.
I think he had some off the field issues.
Okay.
That people wanted to stay away from.
He was one of the highest graded players in the draft, but he's a defensive tackle.
Right.
Defensive tackles have gone. Yeah, if he had off the field issues, and people they don't want to invest in that because you never know. So New York Giants, round 1, Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
All right, getting back into the chat. Coral Ross says, I think Lawrence is a solid pick. I don't know about losing Odell for him. I agree with that. Joey says, it feels good to finally have depth and not necessarily need. I agree with that. Real Browns fan. We still have wide receivers out. We still have wide receivers out there? Browns is the best player. Browns is the best player, and maybe Brown.
Yeah, Marquise Brown.
Yeah, Nate N says Metcalf's going to be a bust. TNM Sports, Dillard's about to go. Real Browns fan. The more quarterbacks drafted, the better. Joey Naranjo says Metcalf is damn near 0, but I think that was an error. There's no way you can have that close to. You'd be dead if you had that close to 0% body fat because your brain is made of fat. Talking to Grubbin asks Nate N, why do you think he's going to be a bust? Ara says lots of teams won't waste a pick on a guy that won't play this year. That's correct. TNM Sports. Wait, are you saying we shouldn't have traded for OBJ? Yeah, I don't think anybody in the right mind would say that. Nate N can't create separation. Just looks like a bust. Bunch of combine hype. I think so too. Although, how fun would it be to have another Metcalf on the Browns? Eric Metcalf growing up was one of my favorite players.
Yeah, absolutely. He was electric.
However, and Dad, I don't know if you noticed this. The other day, you know how I was looking, I got the old, I found that VCR and I found a whole bunch of the old tapes.
Right.
You apparently had recorded a bunch of old NFL primetime episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so I went back and found that, and I actually took some recording stuff on my phone because I didn't have the adapter yet. I'm gonna make some clips and put them on YouTube. But a lot of what the Browns did, and when I actually went back to it, the Browns had at one time on their team Leroy Horde, Eric Metcalf, Kevin Mack, Tommy Vardell came into play as well.
Right.
Later on, here's the pick from Minnesota. They got Garrett Bradbury. He is a center.
Right. North Carolina State.
The Minnesota
He
Vikings
was in the top 6 of best available still on the board.
I love it how they pan over to the fans, the idiot Vikings fans dressed in all their stuff.
Right.
And they're all like, they draft center, Garrett Bradbury, and they're starting to go nuts. Like
it's got to be a letdown when you draft a center.
God, yeah, of course. It's an anchor position. It's not a sexy position, but it's a position of need. But to make it to go, yeah, like that's insane. Like I remember when we drafted Alex Mack. I'm old enough to remember when we drafted Steve Everett.
Right. Yeah, me too.
And it just wasn't fun. It's like
that was low first round he went too. I mean that
Everett. Yeah, he was. I want to say Everett was a top 10 pick.
Right. Yeah, touchdown Tommy.
Steve Everett, Browns.
Dillard makes it up to the Eagles. I think Dorsey moves up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Steve Everett was drafted 14th.
Eagles. 14th. Okay.
Still good. Yeah, still.
It was their top pick.
Yeah.
That was their top pick in that year, I'm sure.
Vikings go center.
Browns are going to take a kicker. All right.
Touchdown Tommy. NDIT. Hey, do you remember me? What do you think the Browns are going to do? Trade up in the first round? I think it's possible. I think the Browns could trade up to the first round. Definitely possible. If Dillard makes it to the Eagles, I think Dorsey moves up. Do you think he's going to move up for a tackle?
No.
No, I don't think so. I think Greg Robinson played too well last year. Greedy to Nashville, Tennessee. Greedy's going to go there? Okay. Browns take a kicker. I don't know. I think there are some very good kickers out there, but if they do, they're not going to take him till late. It's almost time for the Dorse to make a move.
Sweet is the 9th best available on the board. And safety from Mississippi State, Jonathan Abram is right in front of him. It'd be great if the Browns take him. That'd be...
Oh, my God. If he falls to 49, the Browns aren't trading up for a safety, though.
You don't think?
No. I think the Browns could trade up for Montez Sweet. I think they could absolutely do that. You got to in order to come up to make that pick, to trade up to get him. Although if you look at what the Steelers did, the Steelers didn't lose a whole heck of a lot moving up from 20 to 10. They didn't give up that much for it.
Right. Yeah, but safety we got a hole. I mean, we lost Peppers, and we need to fill that with a quality player.
Yeah.
And if you could get the top safety in the draft, that would be great. Josh Jacobs from Alabama, the running back, is coming up. He's now in the top 10 best players available.
Yep.
So I don't know who needs a running back, but that Josh Jacobs is a horse. I watched him play a couple of times with Alabama, and he reminded me of Trent Richardson, just unstoppable. I mean, he just plowed over people. So if you need a running back, I wouldn't mind, wasting a pick on him because I think he's a quality player.
Joey's saying I see wide receiver for Tennessee. This is where DK Metcalf could go. Which safeties do you think the Browns should go after in round 2? I think the consensus is Taylor Rapp. Taylor Rapp is a consensus that he's going to be the guy available. Now looking at it, though, I don't know if this many safeties are going to go. We might have a shot at a guy like Jonathan Abram. we could have a shot at a guy like Darnell Savage.
Right.
Pick is in.
How is their board stacked right now?
Yeah, I am. I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking it's possible that Tennessee goes wide receiver here. Question will be: does somebody want to go with a big guy like I don't even know who's running the ball currently for Tennessee. Tennessee could be in a position for running back. Let's see what the NFL says. They have position of need: defensive lineman, linebacker, offensive lineman, tight end, wide receiver. It's a lot. Tennessee. And then when we get into the 20s, we're definitely getting into danger zone.
Right.
And as I said, for everybody who's new to the stream, next giveaway up is the Browns elf hat. And that's going at the end of the draft, or if the Browns trade up.
Eli G says Julian Love, quarterback from Notre Dame, good pick. Yeah, I agree. I think I like him too. I would take him as well. Savage could be a priceless pick. I agree with that too. I think we're in a good spot.
What is this?
Love to be in that draft room with Dorsey and listen to the phone conversations that were going on.
These teams.
Who's calling? Who's interested in Duke Johnson, if anybody?
The Eagles at 25. That's the thing where I think Dorsey is waiting for 25. I think he's been talking to the Eagles all along. I think the Eagles want Duke Johnson, but they weren't ready to make a move yet and give up the house because who knows what offers they're going to get for 25. And Dorsey wants to make sure his guy is there at 25. If he comes back into the first round, it's going to be at number 25.
Could be. Or Oakland. Oakland's right in front of him. They have a lot of holes to fill. They would want.
Titans just took Jeff Simmons.
Oh, they did. That makes sense.
That's a good pick. I mean, for him to fall all the way to 19.
Right. He's off the board.
That's a good pick. That's value. And we can't afford to lose Duke for a better pick. All right. We're getting into the danger zone now. We are in the 20s, boys. If Dorsey is going to come up, you're going to start seeing the action now. Also, Denver already had a pick. This is where Drew Lock goes, though.
You think?
Yeah. I think Drew Lock is off the board after this pick. Elway likes him. And Elway knows that Joe Flacco is not the long-term answer.
He's the 8th best available at this point on the board.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sweet is number 6. Abram 5. Dillard 4.
Yep.
Marquise Brown is 2, and Jawan Taylor, offensive tackle from Florida, is the number 1 best available.
Still no wide receiver. Insane, says Joey. Oakland's got 24 and 27. That's true. And we're not going to come up now. Matt C does not believe we're coming up. Denver may be collecting picks for next year's quarterbacks. That's true. Denver also needs wide receivers. That's true. No wide receivers. No running backs. No cornerbacks. That just goes to show. I mean, oh, they're showing Jeff Simmons beat up somebody.
Yeah, he had off-the-field issues.
Everybody's seen the video. Everybody knows what happens. Pretty much the same thing I've been doing since it happened. I've just been honest about the situation. I laid it online to team. To anybody who asked me. It's nothing to hide. It's a mistake I made back in high school. I regret it to this day. I grew from it.
Yeah,
Man,
high school. Didn't do it. He didn't do it in college. You know, teenagers do a lot of stupid stuff, especially when they're egged on by their friends. So he regrets it, and he's moving on. So they got a good pick in him. Yeah, Metcalf isn't even in the top 20 of best available. So he's not going to be picked up anytime soon, I don't think.
Well, yeah, DK Metcalf has ESPN showing him at 23.
Mm.
I don't know what Denver's doing. Maybe they're waiting for potential trade options here, but it's going to be Drew Lock or Marquise Brown. Can see that happening.
All right, come on. We need a surprise. We need some juice.
No safeties. Only one trade all night. Tennessee drafting.
Abrams is Abram is from Mississippi State is the top safety still on the board.
Tennessee drafting a guy a year away is good for us. Can't help in the first game. Was he suspended? Why is he? I don't know that situation. Is he? Does he have to sit out or something?
Who?
It's Jeff Simmons.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, we have someone on our team. We are giving second chances. The Browns are the world's team, says Joey. He's got an ACL. Okay, ACL team.
Yeah, he did have an ACL issue too. So
yeah, that's weird. They must believe in him that much. To draft a guy with an ACL tear, you're trading this year's pick for a guy that you have to rehab an ACL. And for big guys, rehabbing ACL isn't the same as rehabbing ACLs for bikers or runners.
Well, Denver, if they were going to take Locke, they're taking their time.
What do you guys think of Nashville hosting this year? It seems bad outside with the rain over the top band in the background. I don't know. I actually might have to go to Nashville on Monday for a work meeting. So if I hope this weather leaves.
Supposed to be a nice town.
Oh, Nashville's great. If you like country music and you like going out to bars, just about every famous country music star has his own bar on the main strip in Nashville. Mm. And last time I was there, I went to Jason Aldean's bar. I think his name. I don't know anything about country music. But we definitely went to Aldean's bar, and it was cool. It was fun. Just hung out there. Still need a premium linebacker. The pick is in. Let's see.
Noah Font?
They haven't called it yet. It'd be cool if Cleveland got to host a draft. That would be fun.
Yeah, they picked it. Noah Font, Denver.
Oh, it's not showing up on my website yet, and that's who it is. No Font, tight end. So that's 2 tight ends coming from Iowa.
Yeah, tight end. He's off the board.
Wow. Let's see what they're saying.
Everyone I trust in the SEC that knows this young man swears by his character, his integrity, and his personality. That's nothing a good deed is going to change.
Correct.
If those 3 things are in check, he'll be good going forward. That's the one thing he's got to ensure. I'm not concerned about. He's a top 5 player in this draft with his talent.
Right.
But he's got to continue to prove personality, character, and integrity are in check. And if they are, if what people I trust tell me, then I think they got a good player.
And again, we're just telling you what people have said about him.
Yeah.
We are not.
They haven't shown the pick on ESPN yet, but they're calling it on NFL.com. So Noah Font is the pick. All right, Cleveland should have hosted. If have not called it, Canton really should have. Canton hosting the draft. That's cool. 100 seasons of the NFL. It's only fitting Cleveland should have hosted it. Who's going to travel to Canton? I don't know anything about Canton. I've never been there. What about giving up Joe Schobert? That was a rumor. What was that rumor about? I don't know. I'd be a little bit surprised if they gave up Schobert. I think he's still a productive player.
Right, I agree. And Dorsey likes him. Coaches like him.
Yeah,
he's a fan favorite. He plays hard. He obviously made an impact when he was in. He was duly missed when he was out. So I'd be surprised too. Unless you're going to get a quality linebacker, I'd keep him. All the cornerbacks. Matt C asked, any good cornerbacks left? Yeah,
All of them.
all of them. So
Greedy Williams is there.
Yeah, you could trade up and get the top cornerback or top safety if you wanted to, or if somebody's willing to trade up.
Sure,
You know, if he doesn't go Seattle, then Baltimore. They're not going to trade with Baltimore. And Houston and Oakland, they could trade with them, but
what position are we trading up for? If we would do it, I don't think it's a position that we would trade up for necessarily. It would have to be a specific player.
I agree.
And the player would be somebody like Montez Sweet. Defensive end, edge rusher is not. Now that we have Olivier Vernon and Myles Garrett, it's not a critical position. So I don't know. I feel like Christian Kirksey is slightly declined. He's injury prone. Yeah, all of our linebackers are. I hate to say it, all of our linebackers are pretty mediocre. We don't play Houston. Eli G, defensive can't replace his mind. We're trading a division. Schobert plus guys in the rugby. Yeah, that's the thing. Like Schobert, from what they say, he's like having a coach in the field. Like he's like a brilliant defensive player, and he probably will be coaching later on in his career. Seems like a really nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
But
I agree.
But he was never actually brought into the Browns to play. He was a special teams guy who got his chance to play because everybody got hurt, and then when he got a chance to play, he shined. They're showing the highlights for Noah Fant. Wow, yeah, he's creating separation off of defensive backs. Bam. Just got burned. Seattle's up. We are in the danger zone, boys. We are in the danger, ladies and gentlemen, I should say. We are in the danger zone with the Broncos. Or I'm sorry, with 21 in Seattle. This is one of those picks that we could see motion. They're showing. Yeah, it does look like a stormy day, like a overcast, possibly rainy day there in Nashville. Going Kenny Loggins on us. I'd play the Kenny Loggins, but I don't want this to be taken down off YouTube. Lamar sucks. Can't believe he's a first rounder. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to Lamar Jackson, because I think what was mentioned on a podcast I was listening to that made a lot of sense was Lamar Jackson he's not a horrible passer, but he's 80% run. So if you get down in a game and it turns into a game where you have to throw to get back into it, a shootout type game, something like that, maybe you're going back and forth, are you really going to want to rely on Lamar Jackson to throw the ball? Because every time he runs the ball, he's eating up clock. And every time he runs the ball, he's risking getting injured, getting nailed by one of these linebackers. So I think that's the challenge. They're going to have to win, get ahead of players, and win with running the ball. And I think that's the challenge, right? It's a passing league right now.
And we're certainly going to be passing. And that'll open up the running game for Chubb. That's for sure. And you got to respect Chubb when he does a play fake. So you can't totally ignore, Chubb as a runner. You do that, and he showed last year that he can break it for 90 plus yards and with speed. Just break away, leave you in the dust type speed with the ball.
And he can catch the ball. Yeah,
that too.
Hey, he showed he can catch. I didn't think he could catch. I thought he was going to be like just a guy out of the backfield couldn't. You know what? The other thing I didn't realize, how good a receiver Leroy Hoard was.
Yeah, he caught the ball quite a bit.
He was a heck of a receiver.
A lot of screen passes, a lot of over the middle. You go 10, 12 yards out, sit there, turn around, boom. Bernie would throw it right to him, and then a monster to take down. Just a big back.
Don't forget a Hunt in week 9. We start playing. Yeah, that's going to be great too. So Hunt's going to have, fresh legs.
Yeah.
Week 9, and he can hang out with the team. He can work out with the team. I mean, we are in a great position with Kareem Hunt, who, for all intents and purposes, is arguably the best running back in the NFL.
Yeah, 25, 24. I mean, young guy.
And he knows the doors.
Right. And imagine if he lights it up in preseason. All the hype and everything will be. They can't wait to get him back. You just hope that the Browns are still in the fight by the time he comes around, which I think they should be.
Oh yeah. The Browns are gonna be in contention.
What is taking Seattle so long?
Chubb is better than Hunt, says Nate. I think Chubb's got the potential.
That'd be a great 1-2 punch like Biner and Mac. That's for sure.
All right, it's not Seattle's Green Bay. Oh, there's a trade.
Okay.
So the trade, Seattle traded 21 to Green Bay. Let's see what happens here. This could be where Montez Sweet goes. I don't know what does Green Bay need so desperately. Wide receiver? They got rid of Randall Cobb's gone.
Right.
DK Metcalf go here. Safety, Darnell Savage Jr.
Yeah, that makes sense.
First safety's off the board.
Right. Seattle didn't want him.
Nope.
So they moved down. So they must have thought that Savage would go, and that's why Green Bay moved up.
Yeah, Green Bay moved. I don't think Green Bay had another pick in the first round because they already picked. That was their second one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Green Bay had 12, so they came back into the first round. It's going to be interesting to find out what it cost them to come up to 21, because now the market's set.
He is the first corner or safety to be taken.
Yep.
Which I was hoping.
Green Bay had 2 first-round picks. Okay, so they moved up a little bit. Where did Seattle? Oh, Seattle went back to 29. No, that was from Kansas City. Seattle with New Orleans at 30. Seattle's going to have back-to-back first-round picks. Eagles are on the clock. We are in the danger zone. The Ravens moved back. The Ravens traded with the Eagles. The Eagles are on the clock at 22. That means we're not trading with the Eagles to come up.
Right. And they obviously want somebody.
Yeah. Mark Shannon says if Chubb plays properly develops, which he will, and Hunt stays out of trouble, it really works hard as a player, we could have one of the best running back duos in the league.
Absolutely.
I agree. We both agree with that. Might have just been jumping ahead of a division rival, possibly. Green Bay had 2. Green Bay had 30. Okay, so they came up from – well, still, that's pretty close. Came up from 21 to 20, 29, 21. Eagles on the clock. Metcalf to Philly? Do they need a big wide receiver that bad?
Well, you take
they just got Deshaun Jackson back.
You take Marquise Brown from Oklahoma. He's been on the board, and Jawan Taylor and Andre Dillard. Those are the 3 top guys on the board. And Abram is the next safety. He's number 4. So, and Sweet is number 5. So
Ravens going Murphy or Williams, definitely defensive back. I mean, I think our division would be smart to go defense against what we're going to be bringing at them from the offensive standpoint.
So who's on the clock now? Philadelphia?
Yep, Philadelphia. The cool thing about it is it doesn't reset the clock. The clock just keeps going. You trade, you get as much time as they had left.
Right. But they must know what they want.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't be an issue.
Darnell Savage Jr.
Not too many picks left.
Nope. 22 left, or 22 is on there, so 10 more picks till we do the hat stream, the hat giveaway. Oh, this is a good time to take a little break. I'm going to hit the bathroom. I'll be right back, guys.
I don't know why the Eagles are taking as long as they are. They trade up. They must know who they want. Could be a running back. Could be Jacobs, Alabama. That would be a good pick for the Eagles. Tough division with Washington and the Giants in Dallas. Put a big physical runner in the Eagles' backfield, I think, is a good move. I agree, John. They're taking forever, dragging this thing out. Fidel. Yeah, they're milking it for all it's worth. Although there should be a pretty good turnout for tomorrow night to watch. Obviously, the Browns fans are going to be up for tomorrow night. They want to know who our first pick is going to be. Yeah, it could be Dillard.
Dillard went. Look at that.
That makes sense for them.
Sure. Trading up to get him. I don't hate it.
He was the third best available on the list.
That's one of those guys who drop pretty far, which would kind of make it worthwhile to do that make that kind of trade.
Texans on the clock.
Texans on the clock. I wonder who they're. I don't know much about the Texans. I don't follow them very closely. Cornerback, offensive. This is where we could get a cornerback going. Yeah, gotta keep Wentz safe. I agree, Ross. Getting pinches was the best thing that could happen to him.
Well, they don't have Nick Foles anymore, so.
No, they don't.
Offensive line. One of them happens to be Jason Peters, is 37 years old. Yeah. He can't play forever. Andre Dillard, you just wonder, are they going to move Lane Johnson? Are they going to keep Lane Johnson at right tackle? Are you just going to plug Andre Dillard in at left tackle? And I'll just tell you this about Dillard, too. As much as pass
I love when they try to show like offensive tackle highlights.
Yeah,
like,
Taylor Rapp is 22 on the list of best available. So we got to go from 32. If he doesn't get picked in the first round, he got to go 32 to 49 if that's what Dorsey wants. And it's hard to predict what Dorsey is thinking.
It's true.
I'd like to be pleasantly surprised.
Another wide receiver to play opposite of Hopkins. It's still Will Fuller. If he could stay healthy. Houston Texans taking their sweet time. It's also going to be interesting to see what happens here with the Oakland. With 2 picks that are going to be pretty close together. Pick is in for Texans.
Not too far-fetched for us to trade with New England. Move up at that point too, so.
Yep.
All right,
Pick
come
is
on,
in.
boys. Let's go.
I could see Indy going wide receiver. I could see Indy also going defense. Could you what if Montez Sweet is there at 49?
Well, that means that there really is a medical issue, I think. So, because for all those teams to pass him all the way to 49, there's got to be something. So,
yeah, something significant.
Right.
Oakland could go Drew Lock.
Yeah.
I just wonder what that does for Derek Carr, knowing that this is it. He's not going to be the quarterback in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he could have been misdiagnosed. That's what they're saying. But if I was his guy, I'd be putting that information out there too to try to get some team to bite on me. But they go through some pretty tough medical examinations, so it's unusual to have. It's all around his heart. They think his heart may be too big, but you're right. Could be misdiagnosed. You never know.
Texans take offensive lineman. Real Browns fan says Texans go OL. They take
Taylor?
Howard. Titus Howard.
Howard.
Alabama State.
Yeah, he's not even on the board. Wow. That's a stretch. Somebody did some scouting to get him.
Cody Ford's still available from Oklahoma.
Yeah. Tywan Taylor, Florida, offensive tackle.
Hey, he's been sitting out there for a long time.
Yeah, and Cody Ford, Oklahoma. He's the 7th best available at this point.
So recapping who's the best available per ESPN. Juwan Taylor, offensive tackle, number 1. Number 2, Marquise Brown, wide receiver. Number 3, Jonathan Abram, safety. Number 4, Montez Sweet, defensive end. Number 5, Josh Jacobs, running back. Number 6, Drew Lock, quarterback. Number 7, Cody Ford, offensive tackle. Number 8, Byron Murphy, cornerback. Number 9, Greedy Williams, cornerback. And number 10 right now, Ryan Finley, quarterback from NC State.
Ooh.
I have not heard much about him.
No, I can't believe he's the 10th best available.
And then right after that, you got Rocky Sin, who's got probably the coolest name in the draft. From what I can remember, that's the coolest name, Rocky Sin.
Yeah, Metcalf is still at 20.
Mm-hmm.
But Taylor Rapp is 22. So.
Well, we are definitely not in the market for a wide receiver anymore.
Yeah, we don't need him.
And they were, I mean, before we got Odell, people were thinking that we could have taken DK at 17. So
somebody's got to take Marquise Brown before Metcalf. So.
Yeah. You'd think, right?
But the good part was when somebody like Houston jumps up and takes Titus Howard from nowhere, you know, that increases our chance of getting the guy that we want. So
sure. Nate N says Finley's going to be the best quarterback from this draft. Schlegel says it'd be so funny if the Ravens took a quarterback. I agree. And then they move Lamar Jackson to running back. Or if he plays like that slash position like Cordell Stewart used to do for the Steelers back when the Steelers sucked.
Yeah, Oakland could take a wide receiver. They lost Amani Cooper, yeah. And
yeah, they got Antonio Brown, though.
Yeah, Cowboys are happy with him. Yeah, but you got to have somebody on the other side. Otherwise, you just double team Brown.
Yeah.
Take the weapon away.
30-year-old Antonio Brown. They could get. What if Oakland takes Marquise Brown? So you have both Browns.
Right. Yeah, that'd be a dangerous combination.
I actually like that idea a lot right now. Have him mentoring his cousin. Oh, they signed Terrell Williams. I don't think Terrell Williams is he's a good number 2.
I wonder how much Mayak is playing a role in the picks with Oakland. It seems like, you know, they have his ego in the room with Gruden. That would be interesting.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Come on, boys. Let's go.
4 minutes and 10 seconds and counting.
The Tyrus Howard, 6'5", 322 pounds, offensive tackle. Big boy.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really want to go too much taller than 6'5". You know, if you get a 6'7" guy, like some giant, I mean, that your quarterback's got to be able to throw, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Imagine the 6'5", 6'6" offensive lineman, and then a guy who's 5'10" as your quarterback. How the heck is that going to work?
Yeah, Oakland could take a running back. They could take Jacobs. That'd be a nice fit for them, huh? Have that horse in your backfield. Wow.
Yeah, he would definitely be a workhorse. Because, I mean, Isaiah Crowell at this point in his career has not proven that he's a game changer.
Right. Yeah, he has good games and he has terrible games.
And he's not really a threat to catch the ball.
Right.
You know, so.
I don't know about Jacobs. I don't know if he catches the ball or not.
I don't know. And Marshawn just retired again. So he's gone. Pick is in for the Raiders.
Thank God.
This running back thing. I mean, you change your coat, you're like a chameleon.
Hey, that is not true, Gruden, because let me tell you one thing here. You got two backs.
Appreciate all you guys hanging in there, guys and gals. 26 watching.
Yep. See what Mel
You go away
Kiper's saying.
from it. I said last year, if I got a head coach and a coordinator banging on a table and the grade is where it needs to be, in Elliott's case, it's 8 on the board. That's high enough. If it was 18, I'd say no way. So if you want him, you wanted Gurley, I'd say, hey, Gurley's grade was high enough. Go ahead and take him. I personally, if I were a GM, my philosophy is never, whether it's Adrian Peterson or your Cadillac Williams, I would never take a running back in round 1.
By the way, tremendous troll there, Mel Kiper Jr.
Cadillac Williams. The pick is in. Josh Jacobs. They do go running back.
Yeah. We picked that one. That is that's a horse, boy.
Yeah, he's gonna be a good one.
Alabama.
Yeah, he's gonna be a force.
Mm-hmm.
Nate N was right. Jacobs gets picked here. Got this new Browns hat. What do you guys think? Cleveland Browns. I love this hat. I'm going to go straight on the hat for a while. All right. Raiders did something that made sense. Quincy, what's up, dude?
So Baltimore on the clock.
Baltimore, the Ratbirds, the team stealing Ratbirds are on the clock. Okay. We got Quincy in the house. Anybody got some questions? You got to ask him the questions. I love that. I love that on your Q&A last week. People, I guess I'm saying it wrong. That was awesome. Oh, the Color Rush hat's dope. I think Dorsey trades for 27. I don't know. To be honest, I'm concerned that Montez Sweat had dropped this far. We were talking about that earlier. If you think that it could be, ask me anything, guys. Quincy, the question I want to ask you is who's available at 27 that would make us jump up for? That's the key. Freaking Ravens. You know the other thing that pisses me off about the Ravens fans? They all pretend to be diehard football fans and wearing their ugly purple and all that kind of stuff. And everybody knows they're just Redskins fans that turned into this. They're real Baltimore fans. We've got the Ravens. Greedy Williams. But coming up from 49 to 27, that's pretty far. That's a hefty toll. But the Raiders could do it because the Raiders have picks. So I think Seattle at 29 and 30 could do it too. Seattle back-to-back. Chargers are going to pick. So we'll see. Dorsey likes his players on chances on trouble players. All right. Nate N says it's going to be Williams or Murphy here. I hope it's not Murphy. I hope Murphy falls to us. Or Greedy Williams. Either way, I'd be happy with either one of those guys. We could trade our next year's 32nd first rounder to get this year's first Raiders.
Yeah, a lot of cornerbacks and safeties coming up now.
Yeah, this is when it's going to happen.
Yep.
Juwan Taylor's still out there. I wonder if the Raiders Because the Raiders went defensive end and then running back. The Raiders could take Juwan Taylor. They could shore up that offensive line. I'm surprised they didn't go quarterback. I really am. I thought quarterback was in the mix for those guys.
I guess he's going to stay with
Carr.
Carr.
Yeah, I guess so. Blue says go Browns. Go Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Go Browns. Seahawks had 4 picks till the Clark trade. Yeah, that's crazy.
What's the clock say on Baltimore?
3:51 and counting.
Wow.
Yeah. We're getting closer to the giveaway, guys. We've got only a couple more picks till we're doing the giveaway for the orange hat. Stay tuned. Is Bryce Love in this year's draft? I don't know.
Yeah, there is a guy named Love in the draft. I don't think of where he is.
He's not projected to be a first rounder, though.
Oh, there's a Julian Love from Notre Dame, cornerback.
Saying Love is awesome. He's from Stanford.
Oh, okay.
New Baltimore GM. Yeah, let's see what happens here. McShay is talking.
Yeah, Ozzy's gone, so.
Saw Ozzy tweeted, he was tweeting about the Browns a couple weeks ago, and he said, we.
Maybe he's going back.
He's going back to probably mend fences with us just to, hey, remember I used to be awesome here? To Notre Dame.
The best available corners and safety. Jonathan Abram is the best from Mississippi State as a safety. And then you got like 3 corners. Murphy from Washington, Williams from LSU, and Rock Yasin from Temple. So that's what's on the board as far as the top 10 best available players still on the board. And Metcalf is, well, he's at 19 now. He moved up 1 player. I don't see the Browns taking him.
No.
Be a nice
The Browns aren't going offense.
Yeah, probably not.
Marquise Brown. Ravens took Marquise Brown.
Wide receiver. Okay. Yeah. Good pick by Baltimore.
Yeah, he's the cousin of Antonio Brown.
He is now off the board.
That's a little unfortunate. I don't like when people in division get offensive weapons. He's going to be somebody we're going to have to deal with.
All the more reason to get a good safety and a good corner.
He even kind of looks like Antonio Brown with the haircut. Not thrilled about that. Good for the Ravens fans. He's from Hollywood, Florida.
Right around the corner.
Born 2 weeks early at 5 pounds 6 ounces. Cousin with Raiders wide receiver Antonio Brown. Indianapolis is on the clock. But he did get injured last year, so underwent surgery January 8th. Ooh. That's never good when you're drafting a wide receiver who has to have leg surgery before he comes to the league.
Sure.
That's not good.
Who does Indianapolis need? What's their needs?
They're saying that they need defensive line, linebacker, offensive line, safety, wide receiver. Defensive line is probably the biggest need.
Montez Sweet is still available.
He is there.
He is number 3 on the board.
Then the next defensive lineman after that is Jerry Tillery. Notre Dame, 12th best.
Yeah.
I hope the Browns go cornerback or safety. Either way, I'd be happy. Cornerback would be a sexier pick, but safety fills a need. That's for sure.
Now, it almost doesn't make sense to trade Duke Johnson at this point. So I think he's the further we get down in this first round draft, if Dorsey hasn't been able to pull the trigger, I think we keep Duke Johnson and we wait for the best corner safety available at 49. What do we pick after that, Mike? At after 49?
It's a while.
Third rounder?
Let me check out our Browns. Usually the Reddit has our picks. Man, it does not.
$80 is our next pick. Blue's on top of it.
80. Then we pick 119 in round 4. Then 144 in round 5. Then 155 in round 5. Then 170 in round 5.
Yeah, they don't mean very much, and who knows who's going to be available at 80. I mean, that's a long way off. So
yeah, I agree.
We got to hang our hopes on 49 and go from there.
This is where we can see Metcalf go to the Colts. I can see that happening. Ara says this is Metcalf.
I think there's too many good players in front of him, so I don't see him going there.
I don't see any players right now that are going to be like must trade up fors here.
You haven't seen a safety go, and now Jonathan Abram from Mississippi State is the top safety at the number 2 best available. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes pretty soon, regardless of who it is. Oakland, Los Angeles, Seattle. Seattle's got 2 in a row. 29 and 30. And then you got the Rams at 31.
Yep. All right. So Redskins are back on the clock after taking Dwayne Haskins, new quarterback in Washington.
They're back. Washington's on the clock?
Yep, they traded with Indianapolis.
Oh, just now is a trade?
It just changed over on NFL.com.
Wow, I haven't seen it yet.
Yep.
So they must want somebody.
Real Browns fan says Redskins on the clock. Blue says wise the Colts to make the pick if they do. Nate N. Skins are on the clock. Eli G. heck of a long way off. So here we go. Redskins have 2 minutes and 59 seconds. So probably it's more like under 1 minute now since I'm a little bit behind on the stream. Jawan Taylor still sitting out there.
He's been there for a while.
Yeah, that means he was probably out. He was probably I mean, because offensive linemen have gone. Although offensive tackles, have they gone?
Yeah, Cody
Yeah,
Ford.
Titus Howard went. That guy from Alabama State.
Yeah, Cody Ford's coming up, so they're going to have two. They have now 2 offensive tackles in the top 5 of best available, along with Drew Luck as a quarterback. And I don't see anybody looking for a quarterback at this point.
The Raiders.
Yeah.
The Raiders are on the clock at 27. Don't see. I don't see New England doing it because, I mean, why would New England do it at 32 unless there's somebody they're in love with? It was smart for New England to trade to get rid of Garoppolo. Now, if you think about it, I mean, Tom Brady wasn't anywhere closer to retiring. And Hoyer's been a fine backup. Hoyer's probably a more consistent backup than Garoppolo would be. Garoppolo needed time to develop and actually get some experience.
What did they get for Garoppolo?
Let's go back and check.
I don't remember an impact player.
Trying to look it up right now. It's like impossible to find out what they actually traded for him. Does anybody in chat know what they traded for Jimmy Garoppolo?
And what, he go to the 49ers and then he got hurt, right?
Yep, but he won some games.
Oh, yeah, he lit it up when they first traded him. He won first 5 games he played. They thought he was the greatest thing since sliced bread till he got hurt.
San Francisco traded 2018 second-round draft pick for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Wonder who they got.
2018 NFL draft. New England got cornerback Duke Johnson in the second round last year. Montez Sweat just went.
Finally.
Yep. The Washington made some good moves.
Mississippi State.
I like that. I think that's fine.
Okay, you heard earlier from Adam and Mort that a lot of people felt that Montez Sweat stock may be dropping. He drops to 26.
Keep calling him Sweet. Is it Sweet or is it Sweat? It's Sweat.
Had some issues there. Transferred away after some suspensions there. Was by all indications.
Montez Sweat. All right, the Raiders are on the clock. This is a position for Drew Lock to go. This is a position for us to possibly trade in. We are definitely in the danger zone now of trading. Montez Sweat runs a 4.41. He ran a faster 40 time than Odell Beckham. And significantly faster than Jarvis Landry. In the combine, at least.
My computer's acting up, Mike. I'm going to have to relog. I'll be gone for a couple of minutes.
All right, come on back. All right. Oakland Raiders, 5 minutes on the clock here. Saying this might not happen tonight, meaning we're not going to trade back in. Let's find out what these guys are talking about, Schefter and
the football ability. They obviously like what he did at the combine. As far as the heart goes, some teams took him off the board medically, but basically had the idea that it would simply be a guy that had some risk, but not big risk with that heart, and you just would need to monitor him every year. But some teams also said he did not interview well, did not pass their psychological test that they preferred for a defensive player. And when I spoke to Brian Baker, who was his defensive line coach at Mississippi State, now at Alabama, one thing that he said, and he said he talked to teams about this, he said he needs to go to the right team with the right coach. He does not respond to somebody yelling at him, pushing him too much. He said he'll be a good player in the league if he gets the right coach with the right team.
And he was viewed as a top player, and I think the Washington Redskins come out ahead here because a lot of people thought they'd have to trade up to get Dwayne Haskins, which they never really intended to do. They sat where they were, and then they could afford to take a little extra draft capital that they saved by getting the quarterback and then trade up to Indianapolis spot and get Montez Sweat, Trey.
Yeah, Adam, this is the definition of letting the draft come to you, what Washington has done here, right? They didn't. They saw the way it was going. They didn't have to reach. They got their quarterback at 15.
You're back.
They just sat back there and may have gotten the best edge presence in this draft in Montez Sweat.
Yeah, or at least someone who has the best physical measurables given.
So we got Montez Sweat is out. Pick is in for the Raiders. Let's find out. Why is the Browns stand pat? Yeah, Dorsey apparently has not fallen in love with anybody yet. A lot of defense. You're right. You're right, Ara. A lot of defensive talent is dropping to us the more we sit and wait.
I agree.
Rick says if we move up, it's going to be in the second round if we think it's worth it. Yeah, I think Sweat's going to be nasty. I agree. I don't know what that heart condition was, but it could be. All right, the Oakland pick. Oakland takes Jonathan Abram. Bam.
Oh, there goes the
The
160.
Oakland Raiders select Jonathan Abram, defensive back, Mississippi State.
All the Raiders are like, okay.
To back, Mississippi State Bulldogs come off the board. Jonathan Abram. By the way, this is a guy that initially went to Georgia, and then Mark Richt left, and then he said he was kind of lost. He transferred to Jones County Junior College, and then went on to have two really, really good seasons at Mississippi State.
All right, well, 2 back-to-back Mississippi State people. Dad, I lost your. Did you turn off your camera?
I lost.
Yeah, if you mouse over the Google Hangouts, you can click on the camera that'll appear in the bottom right next to that red hang up button. There'll be a camera icon. Click on that,
Right.
It'll turn it back on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I just can't see you.
Okay. Well, I clicked on it, but it doesn't do any good. I can see me.
I would exit the call and come back. Yes. Yeah, I think Abram would have been gone at 49. I think you're absolutely right. Yep, I got you. You're back.
Okay. Who's on the clock now?
We got the Chargers on the clock at pick number 28. This is the first time I made it all the way through the first round in a very long time, I'll tell you that. Let's go. He's excited about going to the Raiders. Yeah, he's got one more year in Oakland, and then you're going to go to a really excited city in Las Vegas. It's going to be fun being in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? If the Browns play out there, would you want to go?
Yeah, that'd be an interesting trip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get some poker in and get some football in. That'd be a hard ticket, though, I imagine.
Yeah. Tickets,
But
the people want money. Tickets.
couple years off.
Cash is king.
Maybe John would like to go.
Rematch of you and Schlegel poker in Vegas.
Scored in 8 hours.
Chargers are on the clock with 5 minutes to go. They are taking their sweet time. Well, yeah, I think so far the excitement has surrounded the quarterbacks, where the quarterbacks are going. I thought Drew Lock would have gone by now, but he is definitely still available, the Missouri quarterback. Trying to think. I don't think anybody else is left that I thought was going to be a for sure first-round pick.
Metcalf is up to 16, but it's just by process of elimination.
Yeah, he's going to be a second rounder at this point.
Yeah.
What do you think of New England taking him? Replacing Gronk with Big Metcalf?
Nah, don't think so.
No?
Tight ends, let's see. Irving Smith Jr. from Alabama is the 10th best available tight end. A lot of good players still in front of him. So you never know with Belichick, though. He could trade down and get a couple of guys in the second round that he wants.
I don't think the Chargers go quarterback. I think they're going to stick with Rivers, and Tyrod's backing him up. They didn't have Tyrod, maybe, but I think they're going with Rivers. They're sticking with him.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They could use a tight end to replace what's his name? It's getting old.
Chargers are going to go defensive back here, says Ara.
Nate, I hope they don't take Taylor Rapp.
Yeah, we're hoping to keep him.
Yep. Let's have good thoughts about that guy.
Well, the next safety rank-wise that's on the board is this Nasir Adderley out of Delaware, then Taylor Rapp. So, we'll see. Who's the next safety after Taylor Rapp? Chauncey Gardner-Johnson out of Florida.
Delaware guy. Adderley.
Yeah, he's ranked ahead of him. By ESPN
right.
At least.
Correct.
What does ESPN know?
Second round. Not a lot of safeties. Wow. Nobody in the top 50 going to the second round. That's a safety. So I could see Dorsey moving up if he's not going to get his safety. He may have to move up to get Rapp because he'll be gone by 49.
Very possible.
Yeah, Nate, I agree with you. Chauncey Gardner can play safety or corner. That might be Dorsey's guy. Who knows?
Jerry Tillery, defensive tackle, just went to the Chargers from Notre Dame. And we are coming to Final Four here. Seattle Seahawks. Everybody stick with us. We got the hat pick coming up.
The Los Angeles Chargers select Jerry Tillery, defensive tackle, Notre Dame.
Not a lot of fireworks in this draft.
In many ways,
Quincy was talking about it. This is a boring draft.
Yeah.
There's no like for sure Hall of Famer guys that are like, that's the guy you gotta watch. There's no Calvin Johnson in this draft. There's no there's no Peyton Manning in this draft. This is just like I think this is a depth draft. This is a special teams draft, which is a great year for the Browns not to have a good pick. Jerry Tillery, Notre Dame, 6'6", 295, defensive tackle. Oh, yeah, he can play. Would love to see Callaway have a breakout season as well. Real Browns. I think he can. I think both him and Higgins are going to have a big opportunity because all the eyeballs are going to be on Jarvis and Odell. How do you defensively match up with Jarvis and Odell? How many teams out there have lockdown corners that they could put on a number one, yet alone a number one and a 1A? So I thought the Browns said they had 15 first-round graded players, but it could be 12. Mm-hmm. Kyler Murray's going to be a bust. No quarterback that scores that low in the Wonderlic. What did he score in the Wonderlic? The safety and the drafts aren't separated by too much. They could wait for the fourth round and get a good one. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I think the Wonderlic is kind of an important thing for quarterbacks. Got 20 or something. That's not awful. That's barely above retarded. It's not. I mean, who was the guy? Somebody got like a. It was like Cam Newton. Somebody scored like insanely low. Oh no, it was Vince Young got like a 4. He's got a 4 on the Wonderlic.
Mm-hmm. Stay away from him.
Lamar Jackson scored a 9.
Mm.
A 9. That's crazy. All right, Seattle's got back-to-back picks. This is something that, again, I've talked about it before. This is something where the Browns could come up to get it.
It would make sense because if you really have a guy that you want and you gotta suffer through 32 through 48 to get your guy, I think
20 picks is a long way though.
Yeah, you move up to and maybe see what Duke Johnson's worth,
Well, if it's Duke Johnson is Duke Johnson worth 20 picks?
Well, 20 picks is, again, you're in the second round at this point, which makes more sense, but certainly not to the first round. So.
The next running back available is Miles Sanders, running back out of Penn State. He's the only guy in the top 25 left.
Yeah, and I hardly remember him at all.
It's going to be a game day decision if we do this live tomorrow. It's going to have to depend on what my family situation is. My wife will allow me to do it. Dad, are you available to do this tomorrow? Or
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
I certainly would like to do it up through 49, and after that, I don't think we need to do it beyond that.
All right. Keep an eye on my Twitter tomorrow, and I'll let you guys know if we're going to be doing it live tomorrow. All right. Seattle's still on the clock with 1:39 left. What are they doing? Is it going to be like a fantasy draft where you get the back-to-back picks in the fantasy draft? You take the whole time with both picks with the wraparound.
Did I lose you, Mike?
Nope, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I'm going to play with the list and eliminate the Bosa's gone.
Going back, I was going to recap some of the top 10 picks here. So Kyler Murray, Arizona. Kyler Murray, as John highlighted, is a low Wonderlic player. So, and then also is 5'10". Nick Bosa, I think he's going to be solid. He's basically has the same measurables as Joey, and I think he's going to be a very good, safe pick for San Francisco. Can't go wrong with him. Quinnen Williams. We had DiNicola live on the show. Jets fan Mike DiNicola, who said he was happy with that pick. Not thrilled by it. Wasn't overly excited, but he was happy. Farrell goes from Clemson. He's the first defensive end from Clemson that goes to the Raiders. Another very good pick. Followed by Devin White, the linebacker, going to from LSU. First linebacker off the board going to Tampa Bay. That's interesting. I don't know how they're going to sell that to the Tampa Bay fans down here, but whatever. They get a defensive linebacker. The big move was the Daniel Jones pick by the Giants. Staying put, not trading backwards. Staying put at number 6 to draft Daniel Jones, which I think Daniel Jones would have been there at 15. I think he probably would have been there. He would have been there at 17.
Right. The on ESPN online, they're saying the headline is Giants make head-scratching move with Daniel Jones pick.
I think they're going to run that GM out of town. The guy who traded Odell and then drafted Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones out of Duke with number 6 when you could have had him easily at 17.
Right. What were they thinking?
Okay, so you got 6. So who could they have picked? They could have picked Josh Allen, the edge. They could have taken the big tight end, Ed Oliver, Devin Bush. I mean, the Steelers jumped all the way up. Do you see a quarterback here? Do you see a quarterback that's been taken?
No.
Yeah. The first quarterback was Dwayne Haskins for the Redskins at 15. Do you think the Redskins were going to take Daniel Jones?
No.
I don't think so. They probably would have talked about it. Pick is in.
That's the strangest move for me, that's for sure.
Yeah,
their fans got to be really upset with that pick.
I'm surprised by that one. That was like when we picked Brandon Weeden.
Yeah, another crazy pick.
Oh God.
Who was going to take him? Why did you need to take him at that spot? You could have waited. He may not have been drafted at all. I mean,
I think he would have been drafted. He was like a 4th round talent that we got suckered into drafting in the 1st round.
Unbelievable.
Gentleman needs to share whatever he's smoking. Monty Hooker, strong safety. 3rd would be a nice pick. Yeah, I agree. Daniel Jones does everything an NFL quarter needs to be except throw the ball. Crazy last year. They got Barkley, and everyone thought he was going to contend for the NFC East. Yeah, I agree. People did not believe Baker, and look at us now. Daniel Jones does everything an NFL quarterback needs to except throw the ball. That's amazing. Okay, so the pick is in with Seattle, and Seattle's back on the clock, apparently. I don't think we're coming back into the round, guys.
Nope. Which is fine. I mean, I like having Duke Johnson, especially for the first 8 games.
Yeah.
So don't give him away cheap. Dorsey wouldn't do that anyway. Dorsey would not give away somebody cheap.
No.
So
he wouldn't just throw him away.
No, he would. He's asking a lot, and nobody was willing to bite. So you hold on to it.
Fine by me. If God forbid something happens to Nick Chubb, God forbid.
Yeah. Right. Anything can happen. Preseason, training camp, just anything can happen.
I wonder what the ratings are, because it's 11:39 here on the East Coast with 4 picks left. If they start this an hour earlier at 7 o'clock versus 8 o'clock, I think that probably makes more sense. But Thursday night.
Yeah, you got the New England people staying up because and they're on the East Coast. You know, the Chargers and the Rams, their people are still wide awake.
It's true.
And us crazy Browns fans are still hanging in there with no pick.
maybe they'll do something.
Mm-hmm.
The pick is in. They're just waiting they're trying to soak up some more commercials. Anybody who's hanging in there who haven't clicked that like button, click the like button. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Hook us up.
Yeah, we've had a pretty good following, ranging from 20 to 25, 27 at one point, hanging in there. But obviously it's getting late and some people got to work tomorrow. Us retirees, it's another Saturday.
Well, tomorrow's Friday.
For me, it's Saturday.
That's right. Despite the technical difficulties, this is good. I'm glad we did this, and we're gonna get through. Take the bumps now to get it optimized for the regular season.
Right, I agree.
Okay, pick is in. Courtyard by Marriott, the official host of the NFL. Homage is the official sponsor of the Brownie Postgame YouTube channel. So again,
Right.
anybody out there, if you're looking for a Browns-related shirt, go to Homage, use promo code Brownie, save yourself 15%. Everything that you do, going through our link or using our code, will support the channel. And all that we're going to do with that money is buy more stuff to give to you guys. And every one of our live shows, we will be giving away a shirt from Homage. So stay tuned for that. Every single live show that we do, we will be giving away a shirt from Homage. All right. See you, Quincy. Thanks for showing up, dude. Thanks for supporting it. Appreciate it, dude. RTR, what's up? Welcome to the show. All right, Seattle picks defensive end LJ Collier.
Ooh.
He was not on the radar.
No, he was not.
And they traded to the Giants, the second pick.
The Seattle
Really?
Seahawks select
The Giants want somebody, huh?
Giants came back in. See how they can screw this up.
That's right. Their fans. Can you imagine if they make a lousy pick here? The fans will be screaming for that GM's head. Who's your coach? They got a new coach, right?
Yeah, it's Pat Shurmur, old Browns coach.
Right.
DK Metcalf?
No.
No?
No.
Juwan Taylor?
Could be. Offensive, yeah.
Giants going after DK.
Cody Ford.
Drew Lock, maybe?
Greedy Williams. Brian Murphy. Let's see if they take one of the 5 top still available. Or if they go for a stretch to the top, maybe the top 10.
Cornerback, DeAndre Baker.
Who? Giants?
Yeah, out of Georgia. He was the 11th ranked guy left.
Right.
Greedy Williams is still there. Byron Murphy's still there.
Yasin Temple still there.
Rock Ya-Sin is still there. They jumped up ahead of all those. They wanted their guy so bad that they traded up to get the 4th highest rated cornerback at the time. Who knows what could happen with that?
Right.
So that pick, that 30th pick, went New Orleans to Green Bay to Seattle to New York Giants. Nobody wanted to pick 30th.
Where were the Giants before that pick? What did they trade up from?
I don't know. Schlegel is saying the Falcons are on the clock, not the Rams right now. So Falcons just traded up as well.
Just traded up.
Yep.
I could see them taking one of the corners too.
Yeah, Greedy. I mean, I'm surprised Greedy's still there. They were saying Greedy could have gone possibly even top 10. DeAndre Baker out of Georgia.
Well, it's encouraging that they're still trading up. I mean, there's 2 trades right at the end of the first round.
Mm-hmm. So you never know.
Yeah, you never know. And guys want their guy. And I'm sure Dorsey's sitting there sweating bullets saying, my guy is, hasn't been taken yet. And
it's like in fantasy. You're waiting for your one player to come. If it comes back around, I'm going to get my guy.
Right.
Eric, listening to you guys on my way back from a draft party. Bulldog will land a stud tomorrow. Bulldogs will land a stud tomorrow. All right. I like it. Thanks for joining us, Eric. Thanks for all the comments on the post. I recognize your icon. Real Browns fan says Greedy might go to Atlanta. Joey says DK is going to Atlanta opposite Jones. Ooh, that would be scary. But don't they also have Ridley?
I'd be surprised they pick him. They move up that to get him. But
Atlanta wants someone.
Yeah, Nate makes a good point. Teams want to trade up back into the first round to get the 5th. year option on these rookie deals. So you never know. There's a lot of stuff that we're not that close to that figure in these trades and what they're doing. So Patriots will pick up DK. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Who's on the clock? I've lost my other feed. Who's on the clock?
Atlanta's on the clock right now. They traded with the Rams. Pick number 31.
Gotcha. Okay, so we got 2 to go.
Did Chris Berman officially retire? Is he done doing stuff? Because I used to love him on this show.
He wasn't on ESPN, huh?
No, he's not on it. They got Trey Wingo.
No, well, yeah, he must be retired then.
God, he was great.
Or at least, except for special, he'll probably do specials, reports and in-depth interviews and that type of stuff. But and you hope he's got his health and he's there's no health issue there.
So that night when I got the VCR working, I found all the old tapes and I put in that tape of, it was 1993 week 13, and it was NFL and it was an hour-long show. And then you actually, here's the pick. It was Caleb McGarry, tackle out of Washington. So anyway, I stayed up. For 2 hours, holding the baby, feeding the baby, just watching NFL primetime from 1993 because Chris Berman was so good. Him and young Tom Jackson. Tom Jackson was young back then. And just watching those guys, they had young Robin Roberts on the show. It was great.
Yeah, that's when they back in the day, there were no highlights on Sunday night. You had to wait till Monday Night Football.
Halftime.
Halftime for the highlights. And then it was, you were lucky if one team got 2 plays in because they had to squeeze it into such a short time period.
Yeah.
And now it's you got
on YouTube, you get basically you get 8 for every game. There's 8 minutes of highlights.
Right.
It's actually great. But you don't get Chris Berman, and you don't get Tom Jackson and Chris Berman talking about it.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, guys. Well, this is it. We are down to the last pick, and anybody who's here is going to be eligible for the orange hat. Just a reminder, the orange hat is here.
Well, we got 23 people that are watching.
Mary says, in full Dorse, we trust. Blue, people have no idea how important halftime highlights on Monday Football were back then. Absolutely. That drove Monday Night Football.
Right, yeah.
Patriots are on the clock, and they are milking it.
Yeah, Howard Cosell was a real trip back then.
Cosell wasn't on it when I was a kid. It was Al Michaels. It was Frank, what's his face? Frank Gifford and Dan Deerdorf. Frank
they were good.
And Al. They were great.
Frank, Al, and Dan. Yeah, they were good.
I think that was the best team that was on there. And then it went to then when they brought in Dennis Miller, it kind of got weird.
Yeah, but Howard Cosell, Frank Gifford, and Dandy Don, they were the originals, and they were fun.
I was wearing this number 44 jersey today to my homeowners association, and the guy who's about to retire, this guy Bob, who runs our HOA management company, he looked at he said, "Are you a Browns fan?" I said, "Yeah, of course." He goes, "That number 44, you know who else wore number 44 for the Browns?" And I said, "Leroy Kelly." And he goes, "Yeah," but he's like, "Do you know the other famous number 44
Ernie Davis?
Yep. And he said that. And he said, I guess he got leukemia, he was telling me.
Yeah. He from Syracuse, and he was the next Jim Brown. I mean, he was really good. And he may not even been picked by the Browns. They were going to pick him, but then they found out he had leukemia, and the Browns picked him anyway. So That was a
wow
goodwill gesture.
And did he ever play for the Browns though?
No.
No, he didn't make it.
No.
Wow.
No, I think they brought him into training camp, and I don't know if he was trying to work it through remission or what, but it was a really sad story. I think they do it a 30-30 thing on ESPN. If you get a chance to watch it, it's a good story.
Yeah, I'd love to. I got to check that out. Because I heard when he said it, I heard the name, and I was like, yeah, I heard the name, but I don't remember my dad talking about that too much. But I think I remember you telling me that story one time.
Yeah, he was a great kid too. I mean, a really, really nice person.
Oh, Eric Turner, Blue, was one of my favorite players growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Eric Metcalf were two of my favorite players growing up. Eric Turner was the second coming of Ronnie Lott.
Yeah, Mary says that there's a movie on Ernie Davis.
Oh, really?
You're right. Yeah.
Oh, I got to check that out. Cool. It's really moving, especially for Browns fans. Cool. All right, Patriots are milking it. 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Okay, HBO made an actual movie. Pick is in. Eric Turner was a beast. They're still counting down the clock on in New England. Mel Kiper is yapping away. Tom Brady will be 42 years old in August.
Who's their backup for Brady now?
Hoyer the Destroyer.
That's not good. So.
Well, he's not the long-term answer. He's just a backup quarterback. He'll still be the backup quarterback for whoever they bring in next, too.
Right.
Maybe they'll do like a 1-year thing where they pass the torch over to him. But I don't know. I think with all the stuff going on with Robert Kraft, I think that organization, people are picking him to win the Super Bowl again. I think with the fact that they're losing Gronk, the fact that Tom Brady's 42 years old, and the fact that Robert Kraft is got some issues, that's an understatement. I think they're going to have a rough year next year. Well, I have a clock for 32. That's funny. All right, pick is in. Let's do it, New England. Who are you going with? Officially, Browns did not have a pick in the first round.
Right, they did not trade up.
We did get Odell Beckham in the prime of his career.
Right.
Well, what is it? Is it Greer? I think New England can get Greer in a later round as well. If the Patriots here we go. N'Keal Harry, wide receiver, Arizona State, is the final pick in the first round. Okay, guys.
Wow, he moved up quite a bit because he wasn't on the board.
Yep.
Which is good for us because it gets us one closer
to
our guy.
Absolutely. Okay, we've got
23.
All right, guys, here we go. Let's get it on. If you happen to be here, if you're in chat, type something in chat. Let me know. Schlegel, Blue, Nate N, Eli G, Ara, Joey, Real Browns, Fan 32, Rick Adkins, going with the real names here, Chris Weimer, Tommy Dodd, Merrick, Shannon
Baker,
Mary Ventresca, I'll tell you what, we will wait till this commercial break comes to an end here. They're blowing off fireworks. And the fireworks are over, we're going to pull the trigger. Trying to make sure I haven't missed anyone. Anyone who's been chatting. Cleveland I'm going to put Cleveland CBI in there. Because he's been chatting just a little while ago, just in case he happened to miss my announcement. Aaron. There we go. Aaron Noel. Ron.
I think Dorsey has a possibility of trading up in the second round. The guy, Taylor Rapp, if that's who he's after, is 15th on the best available. So 15 on 32 is 47, which gets him really close to our pick. And if you don't want to lose your guy right at the end, you move up and you trade with somebody that lets you get your guy. But
yep,
it will be interesting tomorrow. At least a lot more interesting than this one was the first day, for us anyway.
Yep, it'll be definitely exciting. I think we'll move up tomorrow. Okay, guys, we are going to pull the trigger on the hat. Just so everybody knows. Here it is. You got an elf. It's actually really nice. It's like it's raised up. Officially, this is actually officially licensed stuff as opposed to the shirts. Okay, guys, here we go. If you are ready, I am ready. So,
spin the wheel.
Part 2. Randomize in 3, 2, 1. Nate N. It went Nate N, Rick Atkins, and then Schlegel, then Joey, then Real Brown. So Nate N, you are the winner. Congratulations. You win the orange hat.
Way to go, Nate.
Yep, Nate, send me it's Brownie Postgame at Gmail. Nate, send me an email with your address, please. And I will send this out to you tomorrow when I send out the shirt to Eli G. So, guys, I want to say I appreciate everybody for watching. And I am glad you stuck with us through the technical difficulties in the beginning. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Ironing out some of the wrinkles as we get ready for our real post-game live shows that are going to be definitely a lot more excitement than a non-Browns draft. Join us here tomorrow night. There's a really good chance we're going to be live. If so, I'll go ahead and create an event and get us going. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys for the rest of the season. And Dad, any final words?
No, looking forward to tomorrow night. Looking forward to seeing who we can get and who we can plug in to play. And Dorsey's the guy. So and we still got Duke Johnson. So
yep.
Let's hold on to that thought. And thanks everybody for tuning in. And look forward to talking to some of you tomorrow night. Thanks.
All right. See you guys. Take care.
Bye.